Waited all my life, you have now arrived. I am more than happy for you, and I never thought I would feel like this right now. All the stars align because you're all mine, all mine. Oh, all mine, 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 oh, all mine. Something's telling me I should stay right here, 'cause right now I see when it disappears. Let me tell you more what I feel for sure. Can't let this love tour, we could just explore what's mine. Oh, all mine, 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 oh, all 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 mine.
I woke up so early, I packed in my bags and I gave you a kiss. I remember that you told me that I could go to the hill. And now you're calling me baby, 'cause you're going crazy and you can't get me out of your head. 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 I don't like to
thought that you were worth saving. I had my head above the clouds when we met. I knew one day you would hate me. Now my heart is cold and filled with regret.
shoots you down, you lose it all, you lose yourself. Now you run in the dark, but if you fall, there's always help. Can't measure all my love, it's like counting all the stars. But as alone are not enough, you know deep down there's something more. Hold on, you fall, stay a little time.
Hello and welcome back to day 2 of DKRTR Street Season 2026, Race 3. Today we are gonna have the tandem section of this race in Daugavpils Blāzma karting track. Yesterday we had a really good qualifying session. We had a lot of good runs, a lot of smooth runs, a lot of high scores, and quite a few zeros as well because of the divider line in the run-up just before initiation. So if you're running today, remember that that line was an issue for a lot of drivers yesterday, and be aware of that. You shall not cross it. I am expecting to see a lot of very interesting tandems today. I'm expecting a lot of close duos, close tandems. I think it's going to be really fun. The track is made for it. The track is made for great chase runs. How is everybody doing in the chat? Did anybody get a chance to get in the servers themselves to practice with our competitors? Oh, and it looks like we've got the first ones already lining up on the grid to open up our top 32. It's going to be our top qualifier Seamboard in the lead, going up against our bottom qualifier Oleg Solomychenko in the chase. Seam from Estonia, Oleg from Ukraine. They are already off for their first run, opening up our competition today. Nice initiation from Seam. He did put a 94-point run yesterday, so really good. Oh, there was some contact just before outside zone 3. It looks like Oleg didn't really leave enough space for the transition, but still he's keeping it on the doors, pretty close to the pocket, not exactly in it right now, but still keeping exactly the same distance, and now closing in a little bit just before outside zone 9, but it looks like he goes on a bit of a wider line, so drops a tire, if not even 2 there in outside zone 8. Now for outside zone 10, still going pretty close, but not exactly on the doors. Could have been a first run opening up our competition today. Possible. Nice initiation from Seam again. Yeah, very nice initiation from Seam. He definitely managed to get away a little bit to make a little bit of a gap develop between them. Oh yeah, the practice servers were open. They're always open. Even in between rounds, you can just go and practice. In between rounds, we even have track rotation on for some of the servers, so it's not just a single track that you drive all the time. Yeah, let's see if Oleg can do as good of a lead run as Seam just showed us, and if Seam can chase Oleg down, get his doors, leave some tire marks on them, as they already run in. A nice smooth initiation. Seam immediately finding the pocket and getting on the doors. Perfectly timed transition. Now much better proximity from Seam in his chase run than Oleg did in his. Now coming up to outside zone 5, still sticks it in the door, not giving an inch. Very nice chase run from Seam there, but Oleg also putting up a very solid lead run. You couldn't even tell which one of these guys qualified first and who was 32nd from this run. Yeah, very nice here in outside zone 10. Seam still on the doors, has found the perfect chase line for this run. Very good job from both drivers. Yeah, it is a really fun layout, A-Drift. I am definitely not the best of the sim drifters. I myself didn't even qualify with the 69 score, but even I was able to get some good tandems in on the practice servers. So if you find the perfect line, then it is a treat to chase on this track. It is really fun. Yeah, Seam definitely did, I think, a better job in the chase run. But yeah, it was a bit hard to focus on the lead since the chase was so good, but we'll see. We'll make it together next round. You'll probably make it. I'll probably be 33rd again. And congratulations to Sim for being our first driver who gets into top 16. Unfortunate for Oleg Solomachenko. The race is over for him at this point. See you in the next one. Get in on those practice servers and get that skill up. Of course, it's not easy going up against the top qualifier. It's never easy. That is the hardest upset to make. But we are going at monster tempos here already. The next two drivers lined up, we're having Žydrūnas Petkevičius from Norway in the lead and Ritums Jakobsons from Latvia in the chase. They're already going into outside zone 3. Very nice lead line from Žydrūnas here, but Ritums right on the doors of him. These two E36s going through the track, going through outside zone 5 right now, coming up to the inside clip. A little bit of a shallow angle from both the drivers, but perfect mimic from Ritums. Nice lead line from Žydrūnas here. I'm not seeing any corrections whatsoever at the moment. He's filling all of the zones, staying right on the line, but Ritums is all the time here, right on his doors and across the finish line. Good stuff. I'm happy that I'm seeing exactly what I was expecting to be seeing today. And that is some smooth, close tandems. You can get really close up to the opponent's door on this track from the chase position. Did not completely fill outside zone 7, Žydrūnas there in his lead run, but still filled it more than half at least. Better entertainment than DMAC. Well, that's some kind words. Thank you, thank you. Okay, they've swapped around. Let's see what Ritums brings us in the lead and if Žydrūnas can chase him down as well. Nice initiation from Ritums there. A little bit further away is Žydrūnas, but finds a perfect line and a very good time transition and gets himself right in the pocket, right on Ritums' doors here, going through outside zone 5 now. Good job from both the drivers. Very similar runs from both of them. Ritums very solid in the lead, right on the edge of the track through outside zones 7 and 8 and now 9 as well, with a big angle transitioning over for the last two outside zones. Žydrūnas reeling him in, closing the gap just before the finish line and across the line. Good job. Very nice from Ritums there. A very wide line approach for his lead run. Just sticks it right on the edge of the track for almost the entirety of the layout. But Žydrūnas, of course, not shaken by any of that. Finds the perfect way how to get close up to Ritums and chase him down. Could have been a tiny bit closer, but we're nitpicking again with that. I mean, these cars have stock power. It's not like you can lunge a lot and close the gap very fast. Especially if the layout itself demands you to basically be on throttle throughout the entire thing. And it's Žydrūnas who wins it unanimously this time as well. So unfortunate for Ritums. Let's see you in the next race, as we've seen you in all the previous ones as well. Thanks for your participation. And next up, already lined up, we're gonna have Artur Kula in the lead and Danielis Soltsiakas in the chase. They're already off. And Danielis choosing to stick a little bit in behind in the run-up, but still finds a very good line for proximity at the beginning. And taking a bit of an inside through outside zone 3. But sticking it on the doors of Artur's, a bit of a different approach in the chase, so taking an inside line to keep the proximity going, basically chasing the front of the car, not the front wheel. Good job from Artur in the lead, filling all those zones going through the track, still on the very edge of the track, and Daniel is not shaken. No corrections that I've seen from any of them. Very clean runs from today so far from everybody already. Let's keep that trend up. Let's not crash. Yeah, no crashes tonight. Let's not see any crashes tonight. Would be lovely. Oh yeah, and today, unfortunately, I'm going to be casting alone. Brother could not make it, so bear with me here. I might be a bit slower in commentating today just because I'm trying to conserve energy. We've got 6 hours of competition ahead of us. Don't want to run out of energy at the very beginning of it. But let's see, Daniel is in the lead and Artur in the chase right now, as they've swapped up, and the big angle initiation from Daniel is not completely filling outside zone 1. Gives Artur a really good chance to get right on his door. Look at that, he's rubbing his front tire on Daniel's doors right now as we speak, going through outside zone 5, transitioning over after the inside clip. A bumper to bumper transition, very good, well timed from Artur there. Daniel is on a really nice lead line here at the end part of the track. But Artur knows exactly what he has to do, and he knows exactly how to stay on Daniel's doors. Does exactly that across the finish line. They go door to door. Good job. That was a good battle. Another one. I really like Daniel's approach in the lead with the massive angle transitions, but that leaves him sometimes vulnerable in the line department, so he does not completely fill all of the zones. He does not completely get out there to the track limits in all of them. In some of them he does, but not all of them, so definitely leaving some points in his lead run to be desired, while Artur shows a very strong chase run. Proximity was, I think, a little bit better from Artur there. The judges have decided, and it's going to be Artur Kula taking the win unanimously as well. Look at the speed we're going. This is such a fast competition at this point already. We've got the next duo lined up on the starting line already. It's going to be Matis Slatis in Latvia in the lead, going up against Miloš Gavin from Poland from Team Delta Infinite. Matis representing Team RTRiga. Let's see, Matis leading. I love that E36 livery. Nice wide initiation from Matis there. Miloš holding some distance in the first outside zones, and now with an aggressive transition after zone 3, trying to catch up to Matis' doors now, going through the inside clip. He has managed to get some ground up, but what's been done has been done. The beginning of the track, he was not that close, but look at this proximity here going through outside zone 9. Very close from Miloš. Matis, of course, keeping the perfect lead run going. Miloš finds the pocket at the end of the track, at the second part of it. Yeah, the first part of it was not that good. He went through the inside clip, and this aggressive transition for outside zone 3 was way offline. Of course, not off track, but yeah, that let him gain all the proximity back up, but it was not maybe the smoothest of moves. Probably because last time it went almost till 11 p.m. Yeah, probably. Well, I also don't mind, since if I'm alone today, it is better, in my opinion, that we end sooner. Okay, let's see them swapped up. Miloš in the lead now and Matis in the chase. How do they do when they are in switched positions? A nice initiation from Miloš there. Matis immediately gets into the pocket. A much better approach, in my opinion, from Matis here. Sticks it right on the door of Miloš, going through the inside clip now. Very good proximity, very good line and angle mimic from Matis here. Good zone fill from Milos in these outside zones 7, 8, and 9. Very good lead run so far. No mistakes. Really wide outside just before outside zone 10. And Matis right on the door of Milos with his front wheel goes across the finish line, rubbing his tire on Milos' door. Really nice chase run from Matis there. Nice proximity, and the judges have decided what's their verdict going to be. And it's Matis Slapjā taking the win. So far, all four have been unanimous victories for all the drivers, and I think we're seeing some new judges on the line in this race as well. I already thought yesterday that I've seen some different people in the judges' call, so it's very likely that we're getting some new judges for the race. At least the names I did not recognize really. That is it for Group 1 out of 4 of the top 32. So the first half of the left side bracket of the top 32. We've got Simvort, Žydrūnas Petkevičius, Artur Kula, and Matis Slapjā moving on to the top 16. Some nice and smooth battles so far. I hope that trend is going to continue. Yep, we are definitely flying through. Hey Blade, how are you doing today? How is everybody doing today? Are you enjoying the show? Next up, we're gonna see some more interesting tandems. We're gonna see some faces which we've seen time and time again in our tandems in the top 32 part. We're gonna see some new names who are participating in our championship for the first time and qualifying on their first attempt already. So let's see what happens. It's definitely going to be an interesting night of competition. Have we had any upsets so far? It does not look like. No, it looks like the higher qualified driver has qualified in all 4 tandems that we've had already today. So no upsets so far. Unfortunately, Ritums Jakobsons did not upset Žydrūnas, but that still would have been not the biggest upset. They were 16th and 17th. Of course, we remember that Ritums has won quite a few upset tandem battles already in the past. Kind of expected for him to pull it out in the clutch. But oh well, it is what it is. Back from your top 32. Oh, unfortunate for you. It is what it is. Better luck next time. The yap's going fine. Unfortunately, I am all alone on the yap today. So I'm trying to preserve my voice. So I don't run all out of my speaking voice and all the energy before the finals. Enjoy your meal, Jetta. Of course, shout out to Jetta one time, or maybe even 2 times, for making this track. Never gonna win top 32 again without any luck. Yeah, I'm never even gonna get into it. Pretty sure I'm cursed to stay like 33rd, 34th. I already was 33rd in one of the qualies this season, and in this one I'm 34th. So I'm just there, just almost qualifying. Some nice, very close tandems in practice already that we're seeing here. Good stuff. And it looks like we've got drivers teleporting back to pits already. So let's prepare for our first tandem in the second group of top 32. It's going to be Juanan Jorges going up against Dima Biden. Our qualifiers 4th and 29th respectively. Juanan is going to be in the lead and Dima is going to be in the chase. Yeah, that is a really solid position, Blade. Really solid position. I'm like 40 something in overall standings. Definitely getting all the participation points and nothing more. Oh. Okay, it looks like we do have Juanan on the starting line in the lead position. Do we have Dima? Juanan, of course, representing Team Escuco Black from Spain. Dima representing Team Ackerman, who I don't think we've seen before. I'm 47th. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, here we got Dima lined up on the chase position on the starting line. I was afraid that we're gonna get our first no-show already in the tandems. That would have been a shame. Oh, a staggered start. Something went wrong. I don't think we've seen the semaphore go. Yep, and there it goes now. Juanan in the lead, Dima in the chase. Side-to-side initiation very wide from Juanan here, but Dima on an interesting initiation there finds it immediately the pocket right after initiation. Now some gap developing between them before outside zone 3, now coming up to 5. Dima finds his way back in the pocket for the time being, but loses some ground again on the transition after the inside clip, trying to reel it back in, coming through outside zone 8, now 9. Not exactly getting on the doors, but proximity is still pretty decent, like a half car's gap between them at the beginning of the zone, reeling him in just before the finish line and across the line. Nice lead run from from Juanan here. I am messing up the words already. Yeah, very solid. Maybe not the biggest angle approach here from Juanan, but still a very nice lead line. And no corrections as well. Yeah, I would of course prefer to see a bit more angle, but I am not a judge. You don't have to please me. You have to please the judges. And they were very specific about angle in the briefing document as well. About whether you should increase the angle, whether you should decrease it. Okay, let's see them swapped up. Dima in the lead and Juanan in the chase. No time to lose. Let's get right into it for the second part of this battle. Ooh, a very wide initiation from Dima. There goes one, if not even two wheels off the track. Does not shake Juanan though. He manages to adapt and find the pocket. He's right on Dima's door, very close proximity. They're going through outside zone 5. Now they're taking the inside clip, transitioning over for outside zone 7. Juanan not shaken whatsoever, still stays on the perfect proximity position to Dima's doors, transitioning over for the last two zones. Dima staying on the line. Oh, look at the proximity here with some massive angle across the finish line. Yeah, big mistake from Dima in the lead here. Probably that's all she wrote, since Juanan did not make any mistakes that huge. So that's probably a ground-killing mistake from Dima in the lead right at the very beginning. If lead is far from line, they are asked to move closer, nothing else. That's what's happened. Oh, okay. I see. E36 is a bit faster than E46. Was not fun. Yeah, I guess it all depends on which gear ratio you decide to use. Cheering for the girl, there is one, right? Yeah, we've got Liliana Lang participating in just a few battles, and congratulations to Juanan Jorges for winning his top 32 battle unanimously, moving up into top 16. Next up, we already have them lined up. We've got Luis Trevino in the lead and Frederick Blokos in the chase, two big shot names about to battle it out here. Luis from Team Skuko Black, Frederick from Team Clutch. This Spain versus Norway, let's see what they can do. A little bit of a gap already in the run-in developing between them. Nice initiation from Luis there. Frederick taking a bit of an inside line approach for the initiation, but finds his way to Luis's doors. Very good proximity. Of course, Luis putting down a very solid lead run as we're expecting from him. Already seeing him in our competition multiple times. Really good from Frederick here in the chase. Just as close in proximity as he can and mimicking the line and angle perfectly as they transition over for the last two outside zones. He immediately finds his way back on the doors after the transition. Really good run from both the drivers here. Let's see the replay. Yeah, a little bit of a gap between them in outside zone 1 and the inside clip, but after outside zone 3, Frederick manages to catch back up. So let's see what happens when they're swapped around. Luis probably has gotten info from his spotter that Frederick was not as close in the first 3 outside zones, so he has to push the proximity at the beginning to show that he is better in the chase. Your story at initiation for Dima, you yesterday were so mad at yourself, it cost you not qualifying. Oh, well, let's see them swapped around already. Everything's happening so fast today. Frederick going to be in the lead now, and Luis in the chase. Big angle initiation from Frederick here. Luis finds the ground in the inside clip, now loses a little bit before transitioning to outer zone 3, but immediately reels it back in. He knows what he has to do, sticks it on Frederick's door. Nice lead line from Frederick here on the very edge of the track. Still perfect mimicking from Luis in all aspects, just rubbing his front left tire on Frederick's door here. And for the last transition, he times it perfectly so he does not lose any ground across the finish line. Very close to each other. Yeah, really aggressive initiation from Frederick there. That's a bit rough to chase, actually, to time that one, I can imagine. It's good that Luis knows how to do it, how to read his opponent and react immediately. Chat, how do you think? Who got this one? It's hard for me to decide, to be honest. Yeah, if it would be up to me, we would just have tandems with everybody. With like 60 plus drivers. Intense things that Luis is gonna win. Let's see. Yep, the chat is rooting for Luis, and Luis does get the win. 3 votes for Luis in the chat, 3 votes from Luis from the judges. Congratulations with moving up to the top 16, Frederick Blokos. Let's see you in the next one. Next up, not lined up yet. Guys, have to be faster, you know. Let's keep it going. Oh, and it looks like we have a Byron. We've got Chase Cronin alone. Pavel Kalushka hasn't shown up. Well, unfortunate that I didn't know about this. I would have gladly taken the position. Of course, that is probably not allowed, but I would have done it for the lulz. So let's see Chase Cronin from Team Kaiju from the US, one of our very few participants from the States. Enjoy his bye run. That's the easiest way how to advance to the top 16. Is if your opponent just does not show. Yep. Congrats to Chase Cronin. Could not be easier for him to get into the top 16. Yep, easy for judges as well. Easier for me too. Okay, and now we're coming up to the last battle of the left side of our top 32. We should be having Adrian Roncero going up against Liliana Lang. None of them are on the starting line yet. There we go. Adrian, I can already say from the livery, it looks like an Esculco livery, but he does not. It does not say that he's affiliated with the team. So interesting, what's going on there? Maybe a mistake in the data. Liliana representing Team Trap House, first participation in our competition. Nice initiation from Adrian. Liliana taking a little bit of an inside line initiation approach, trying to find the door. Yeah, taking the inside line for outside zone 3, finds the door, but sacrifices a lot of the line for that. Adrian still putting up a decent lead run. Whoa, Lilian almost over-rotates before the inside clip, taking a bit of a shallower angle here to keep the proximity going. Nice control of the car. Good from Adrian here, going looked like a little bit shallow before outside zone 9, but manages to stretch it through and hit it. Now for the last two outside zones, Lilian right on his door, across the finish line. Good stuff. Some interesting choices from Liliana there in the chase, taking a lot of very shallow inside lines to get the proximity going and trying to stay on the outside line when she's got the proximity. Very dangerous here after outside zone 5. It looked like she almost over-rotated and was lacking a little bit of angle here before outside zone 7, but managed to get on the perfect angle mimic here in outside zones 8 and 9. Little bit of a gap here as well, but reels him back in. Good stuff. Let's see them swap that out. Lilian is going to be in the lead now. Adrian giving chase. I really like the livery design for Liliana there. Nice black and purple. Wide angle initiation, not completely filling outside zone 1 is Lilian, and Adrian also going through the inside clip. Massive angle through outside zone 3. Good proximity from Adrian there, right in the pocket, right on Liliana's doors, coming through outside zone 5 now, hitting the inside clip. Liliana keeps it smooth with a big angle transition, completely filling outside zone 7. Look at Adrian's proximity. Just perfect mimic, sticking right on the door through outside zone 9, transitioning over for the last big sweeper turn. Just loses a few centimeters, which he immediately gets back. And look at the proximity across the finish line. Just very good from Adrian here. Looked a little bit more solid and confident in his chase run, if I may. Of course, I don't want to caster's curse anybody, so probably I shouldn't try and guess who won. And I also can't be biased, so I wish everybody would win. You know what they say, awesome chase, awesome lead. Yeah, exactly. But this layout just gives you such a good opportunity for a good chase that we're seeing insane chases all over the place. Does not matter at all what your qualifying number was. Everybody can chase on this track. And it's Adrian Roncero who takes the win unanimously, so unfortunate for Liliana there. Let's see you in the next race. Let's hope that the second race of our series is going to be more lucky for you. So that's it for the left side of our top 32 bracket. Now we're gonna move on to the right side of it, to the second half. Time flies when you're having fun. We only started not even an hour ago and we are already through the first half of top 32. So basically a quarter of the battles that we're going to be doing, we have already done. You will throw some insane angle in the next group. Thank you. I can't wait for that. Jarvenpa Motorsport. You must be Juso, if I remember correct, if I understand correctly. Throw some angle, man. I love seeing some massive angle. I am a fan of that. Of course, no backies. No backies allowed in the lead. In the chase, you can throw a backy, but only if it's appropriate. Only if you don't impede the lead driver in any way, shape or form, if it's appropriate. Probably it never is appropriate, you know, it's just, I would probably throw a backy in the chase if I would be really far back in it, and if that would let me to catch up to the lead. I would already know that I've lost the battle, but would just throw in a backy for fun. We see some nice tandems already in the practice going on. And don't remember to like the stream, to share it to your friends if they're interested in drifting or in motorsports in general. You know, show it to your mom, heck. Maybe she gets interested. Also, don't forget to visit our new website for all things competition, for all things RTRiga. Get yourself some merch, sign yourself up for the competition, get the cars and tracks downloaded. Everything is there, all the necessary info is there. And also, while I do have time, a big thanks again to all of our sponsors of this season. We've got BS Rig, who are giving one of their sim rigs for the first place in this season in the overall competition. And we've got some other prizes as well that I don't remember from the top of my head. We have some special prizes for Latvian qualifiers as well. We love watching Rita. Who's Rita? I don't think we have a Rita in the competition. What bases are we using on your R12? I'm using a Simagic Alpha Mini. I know that we have everything being used in this competition. I know that some drivers are even still using Thrustmaster belt-driven wheels. Pretty sure somebody is still on a Logitech G29. So we've got everything from the Logitech belt-drivens to the 20 Newton meter direct drives being used here in the competition. Oh, you mean Road to Riga? You were too nervous, Liliana. Oh well, happens to the best of us. I also get a little bit nervous, even in my quali runs. Okay, but let's see the first group of this this tandem side already. Iban Torreblanca in the lead. Benas Jonutis in the chase. Spain versus Lithuania. Iban going through his lead run very well now, but look at the proximity from Benis. Just sticks it right on the door. Manages to find some perfectly timed transitions to not lose any ground. Let's see, next transition here. Leaves a car gap between them, but manages to reel it back in. Iban, on the other hand, not shaken whatsoever by the chase proximity. Just, massive angle transition before outside zone 10. Does not completely fill it, but about 80% does it. Nice, well done. Yeah, a bit of an aggressive battle, this one. Looked like a bit more speed. Good chase run from Benas Jonutis. Oh my. Casting alone is already getting to me. Yeah, really nice outside line from Iban here in this section with the 3 outside zones, 7, 8, and 9. Let the youngsters seek the doors. Indeed. And he finds them. Another nice black and purple E36 livery. Definitely fits that car well. Okay, let's see them swapped up. Benas Jonutis, representing Team Neko Tokyo, is going to be in the lead now. Iban Torreblanca from Team Escuco Black in the chase. That's his IRL car livery. Ooh, that is sick. Consistency in your life. Having the same livery on your sim car that you have on your car. So remember to keep your in-game chats open as well. Sometimes we're gonna ask drivers to move a little bit closer to the starting line. And if you don't have the chat application open, you're not gonna see that request. So if I understand correctly at the moment, we are waiting for Benas to move a little bit closer. There he goes. Should be fine now. Moving a little bit closer. Okay, perfection. We got it. Light goes green, Benas in the lead, Iban in the chase. Let's see this battle. Nice, confident initiation from Benas here. Iban immediately on the doors for outside zone 3, leaving some ground for the transition, but immediately catching right back up to Benas, going through outside zone 5, and now for the inside clip, another transition for outside zone 7. Reels back in the ground lost due to transition. A nice lead line from Benas here, transitioning over for the last big sweeper turn. Iban sticks it on the door. We're just seeing back to back to back to back really good, really close chase runs. I mean, this track is just made for tandems, isn't it? The worst thing you do with your R12 is that you just can't find a nice preset settings that would suit you. Yeah, you just gotta settle with one and then get used to that. I haven't changed my force feedback settings for at least a year and a half, almost 2 years at this point, and I'm happy with them. Your new sponsor on your vehicles, I don't think I noticed it much. You know, I have other things that I have to pay attention to. When I notice a livery and notice like the overall livery, I don't really get into what's written on the side of it, like what are the actual sponsors. You hate that when you get an update for the base, it changed everything. Well, I'm not even updating my driver anymore. I'm even on SimPro 2. I'm not even using SimPro 3 at the moment for some magic, just because I don't want to lose my preset. I'm too lazy to migrate it manually. We're watching the replay again. Apparently there's something that the judges want to take a look at here. In the run where Iban was leading and Benas was chasing. So interesting, and very interested in what the judges want to see here in the second replay of this run. Let's see, judges have decided. Who is it gonna be? It's gonna be Benas Jonutis unanimously. Moving up to the top 16, upsetting one of the second biggest upset that we could have had in this top 32 just happened. Benas from 31st qualifying position takes the victory over Iban Torreblanca, who was second in the qualifying. So congratulations to Benas for that. A really good job. Unfortunate for Iban. Let's see you in the next race. Better luck next time. Next up, we're gonna have Juuso Järvenpää. Juuso promised us some big angle in the chat. going up against Wojciech Denis. So Finland versus Poland, Team Martat versus Team Delta Infinite, both E36 drivers. Let's see them take it away. Nice big angle initiation from Juuso as promised, going through the inside clip. Juuso manages to find the ground, taking a bit of an inside line. Juuso keeps the promise of big angles going here, going through outside zone 5. Keeping it smooth and steady. Ooh, almost straightens out going through the inside clip, it looked like, and does not completely fill outside zone 7. Manages to get back on a decent line for outside zone 8. Wojciech, on the other hand, sticking it on the door, keeping in good proximity and good angle and line mimic throughout the entirety of the track. Reels all the position lost from every transition as soon as he can. Very nice job. Yeah, let's see that angle. I don't think he was on a lot of angle, if any at all, going through the inside clip. Let's watch it again in the replay. It did look like he was pretty... Yeah, the wheels looked quite straight for a split second there. But decent everywhere else. I did like the angle. Delivered on his promise, at least most of the time. Okay, let's swap them around. Let's see Wojciech going through. I'm just gonna call you Dennis. Dennis going in the lead, Juuso in the chase. Ooh, bit of a gap already in the run-up developing between them, and an interesting line approach from Juuso in the chase there. Well, Dennis takes a decent lead run, a lead line. Juuso has found him a way in Dennis's doors in the pocket, but now loses some ground trying to reel back in again. Dennis, on the other hand, continuing on a perfect lead run, not seeing any mistakes from him. Nice big angles as well. Juuso catching back up for the last sweeper, going through the last outside zone across the finish line. Yeah, this initiation and initial two zones approach was a bit wrong, I think. I don't know what happened there, why he started his run in so late, and yeah, that basically delays his initiation, and he has to sacrifice a lot of line to get back into the doors. Yeah, sleeping on the starting line, it did look like. Welcome back, Jetta. Yeah, let's see if that impacted the score in any way. Is it going to be Juuso moving on, or is it going to be Dennis? Forgot how to put in gear. Yeah, for me it has happened that sometimes I stay on the starting line, but I'm in second gear, so my run in is slower. I forget to switch it back to first. So that might be the case. Yeah, we're gonna watch the first run in repeat. Juuso's lead run and Dennis's chase. Judges probably want to refresh their memory of that one. Oh, might have been some contact there in the inside clip, because we did see some wavering from the chase car, so might have been that not enough of a gap was left for the transition. It's gonna be a one more time, so it looks like both made some mistakes, and the judges just want to see them clean them up. Pretty sure they're gonna get a new set of tires and get back into it immediately. So the first one more time that we're seeing today. Yep, definitely a good decision. If both drivers make mistakes, then just send them back. Basically, this was the dirtiest battle that we've seen all night. In the first half of Top 32, we did not really see any massive mistakes. I might be forgetting some, but I don't think there were any massive mistakes. So let's roll it back. do it again. Juuso in the lead, Dennis in the chase. The light goes green. They go for their second one more time run. I mean the first one more time run. Nice initiation, wide angle from Juuso as promised. Dennis immediately finds the pocket in outside zone 1 already and sticks in it as they already go through outside zone 4. Juuso on the very edge of the track, the wide angle exactly as promised. A bit better here in the inside clip this time, and a better line in outside zone 7, right on the edge of the track. Might even drop to one wheel a little bit. Dennis falling back tiny bit here into outside zone 9, but perfectly timed transition puts him right on the door for the last 2 outside zones and across the finish line. Nice. Definitely an improvement from both the drivers, I think. This time around, they both looked cleaner. I did like the runs. Very good transition timings from Dennis in the chase here, so he does not lose any ground on the transitions. Immediately gets in the pocket right after the transitions. That's what I like to see. Falling back a little bit here, so not chasing the front wheel but the door. But I guess that was a tactical decision to set himself up for a better line after the transition. So let's see them swapped around. Dennis in the lead, Juuso in the chase. Let's go. Light is green. Flick initiation, big angle from Dennis here. Juuso immediately on the door, going through the inside clip, very close transition before outside zone 3. Yeah, much better this time around as well. It does look very close to the track edge now. Juuso finds the perfect line to stay in the pocket. Now after the inside clip transitioning with some big angle, Dennis staying on the edge of the track, Juuso staying on Dennis's doors. A little bit of a gap between them throughout outside zones 8 and 9, and a bigger gap developing before the transition for outside zone 10, but trying to reel him back in just before the finish line. Let's see, 2 clean runs this time. No massive contact mistakes. At least I could not find. I could not spot any. Yeah, could have been a little bit closer from Juuso in the chase here, but we're splitting hairs here. That's of course what we have to do. If nobody makes any big significant mistakes, you have to nitpick at small details that could have been better. You don't really have another choice. A very snappy transition here for Dennis before the last 2 outside zones. Yeah, let's see what the judges say this time. Overall, I'm happy to see that both drivers managed to improve their runs to clean up their mistakes for this one more time run. Angle was good, yeah, angle limit was good. Juuso delivered on his promise, showing us some decent angle. And the judges are looking for that splitting hair opportunity here. They definitely are splitting hairs if they're reviewing the replay again. So interesting, what is the cause for this? It might have been one wheel off in the lead in outside zone 8. The lead driver at least. It did look pretty wide, the line there. And again, we're gonna watch the replay of the other run. We did see that Juuso did go through with his bonnet, went through the inside clip, so was not perfect on the line, and it is Dennis to take the win unanimously. Still the trend continues. If somebody wins, then they win unanimously. Congratulations to Wojciech Denis for taking the win, moving on to the top 16 to battle against Benes Jonatis. Also, Denis does a little bit of an upset because Juuso qualified higher than him, respectively 15th and 18th. So congratulations. Juuso, let's see you in the next race. You were almost there. You seen the judges needed to review both the runs, so that was really close. Definitely can do that. Next up, we're gonna see Darius Ostreika battling William Diaz Santiago. So Lithuania versus United States, Team RTW versus Team Evolution of Drift. Darius is going to be in the lead as the higher qualifier, and William's going to be in the chase. Let's see them go. This bright E46 livery, I love it. Nice initiation from Darius there. Very interesting approach from William, also taking a very inside line approach, going through the inside clip, struggling to find the doors, but reeling it slowly back in, going through outside zones 4 and 5. Now for the inside clip, leaves a little bit of a space for transition, and now trying to reel that proximity back in, but does not exactly get on the doors as close as we've seen from our last few battles. Now transitioning for the last outside zone, and a very aggressive transition from Darius there. William missing a little bit in the angle mimic department, but manages to get some ground back up. Yeah, very much on the inside goes here, and oof. Going through the inside clip with the middle of his car, definitely not the best line approach in the chase there, but I guess sacrifices all that just to get the proximity going. Yeah, that was a nice snap at the very end. Odd livery, I like it. Yeah, it's a Rick and Morty livery, it looks like. You can see Rick on the sides there. Good looking. Darius utilizes the left foot brake to stay on the perfect line here. Very decent and very smooth from him. Definitely could see that William did had to sacrifice some stuff to keep the proximity going. And oh, what's happening there? Darius is falling very much behind, so that's going to be a very interesting run in. Going to start from the very back. Oh, maybe the judges don't allow it, I don't know. That did look strange. Okay, up they go. William's gonna be in. What is happening? The light goes green and Darius goes backwards and William goes forwards for his run. What's going on here? Was there a mistake or a miscommunication? We're not seeing Williams run. Transmission kaput? Yeah, might be. I don't know. We've got something really weird happening on the server right now. I have no idea what's going on there. Are they going to restart this one? Or it is what it is? Welp. The lights have been green for already a minute. Yeah, I really don't know what to do in this kind of situation since we don't see what the lead driver is doing, and we're looking at the chase driver standing on the starting line. Alright, so there was a technical issue on the chase driver side, so Darius had a technical issue, but the lead driver did go for his run when the light went green. So at the moment, judges are deciding on what to do in this case. I'm gonna give them a minute for deciding that, and I'm gonna be back in a second for a quick bio break. And I'm back. Well, he did come back to the line, but it would do no good if he would just go for his chase run now, since he's already missed the opportunity. And nevertheless, it's all in judges' hands now. Are they going to let them restart this run? Or does William just get an instant win? Time will tell. Judges are definitely deliberating for quite a while. And I mean, honestly, we have seen technical issues previously already. And usually that is no excuse. Usually we don't really give many second chances if there's a technical issue when you're already on the starting line and if you miss your go. Oh, the first time he went back. Yeah, we're having a really non-standard situation at the moment, so judges are deciding, and we're gonna have the head judge join us in a little bit to explain what they have decided and the reasoning behind the decision. So let's just wait for that. Yeah, Darius had problemos, technical issues. I mean, we don't really know what the issue was at the moment, and as I already said, it's a non-standard situation that the judges are currently deliberating on, and the head judge is going to join us in a little bit when they have made up their minds to explain their decision, to explain the situation. So please hold on for that. Sorry for the hold-up, but it is what it is. Yeah, it would be a great show of sportsmanship from William if he decided to rerun it. But once again, I am not really sure it's his decision. I'm pretty sure it is the judge's decision, either to let it or not let it. Probably both new tires and last run again. Yeah, probably. If anything, then they most likely both get new tires. Because that would definitely be a mismatch if one of them would run with tires that are more worn and the other with more fresh tires. That would definitely be an advantage for the driver with the fresher tires, I can imagine. All right, and we do have a decision. I am about to hear it.
we're drifting through the storm. But I don't wanna be who you are no more. Like a moth to the flame, I'm caught in the waves. Is it worth what we're fighting for? We're fighting for, we're fighting for. Look me in my eyes and lie like you always do. And I'll hide behind all the bullshit you put me through. So cheers to you. So cheers to you.
Still a little bit of a delay, I guess. I still have not heard anything. I did hear that a decision has been made. But I just want to know what the decision was.
Somewhere you changed, you're gone for good. I don't think you go back if you could. But I don't wanna be.
Okay, once again, sorry for the delay. The decision is still coming in. Still waiting for that.
You put me through, so cheers to you. So cheers to you. So cheers to you.
Darius lost his last bowling game against his wife, and now this. Oh no. Hey, hey. Welcome.
Hi guys. Hi spectators. Do you hear me well?
I do hear you well.
Great. That's great to hear. Okay, so very, very strange and non-standard situation also for us. So both drivers on their chase runs hesitated to go to the start line, and but both of them did. And Darius on his chase, he went to the start line. He was there for 7 seconds, and when the lights came on, he started driving backwards.
Like immediately,
So him,
on the same instant.
So with him being on the line means that he's ready to go, and there is no false start for the chase driver. So in this case, Darius receives 0 for his chase, and since both drivers had okay leads that had points, but William had also a chase with points, which means William gets the win in this case. Very, very non-standard situation in this case. I understand that Darius had some technical issues on the start line, but we were not at the moment aware of those technical issues, and him being on the start line indicates that he's ready to go.
Right. Thank you for the explanation. Definitely a very interesting and unique situation here.
It is for us as well.
Thank you. Best of luck in the judging. Okay, so that is that for that battle. Really interesting and unique situation. So Darius readied up on the start line, but immediately on the instant that the lights started going green, he went in the reverse, and that's the run basically started. So it's really bad timing, very unfortunate. But congratulations to William. Moving on to the top 16, of course, that is not the way that you want to win. You definitely want to win with some clean battles. But yeah, William managed to get both runs in. Darius only, unfortunately, managed to get his lead run in. So William moves on to the top 16. Darius, better luck in the next race. Let's hope you manage to resolve the technical issues so they don't repeat in the next run. But next up, we should have the last battle of the third of our 4 top 32 groups. We should have Titus Rosinski going up against Edvinas Murauskas now, which I hope we're gonna resume with the tempo that we had picked up soon. You said you were down to rerun your lead. Well, I guess the judges just are not taking that into account. I guess if they decide that they do have runs to judge enough to determine the winner, then they are going to do that. And that's what they did. Didn't want to win like that. You feel like bad. He's a monster driver. Yeah, he is indeed a very good driver. Qualified 7th. So Diaz gets a pretty big upset in. Okay, it looks like we do have both the drivers lining up on the starting line for the next run. Titus Rosinski in the lead, Edvinas Murauskas in the chase. Edvinas representing Team Lock to Lock. Poland versus Lithuania here. Yeah, anything can happen, even in the sim. And off they go. Again, a bit of a gap between them right on the run-in already. Nice initiation from Titus, but Edvinas falling back a little bit, has to gain all the ground up and manages to do so at about outside zone 3. And look at the proximity now. He sticks it right into Titus's doors. Very nice from Edvinas. Too bad he wasn't there at the very beginning of it. Titus, though, keeps the lead line on the very outside of the track, completely filling all of the zones. Edvinas continuing with the perfect angle and line mimicking, just transitioning on the perfect timings to stay on the doors of Titus. Good run from both drivers, at least starting from outside zone 3. Edvinas was on the doors throughout the rest of the entire track, but the beginning part was a little bit sketchy from the chase driver here. Very good lead from Titus, very smooth, very solid. Nice fill of the zones, stays on the edge of the track the entire time. I love to see that. Okay, let's see them swapped around. Now Edvinas is going to be in the lead. Titus in the chase. Darius had a weird fog at the start. That is interesting. Yeah, I did read that Juuso also had an issue at the starting line. His green turned red. Okay, but let's see. Nice, big, wide initiation from Edvinas here. Titus pretty close already from the get-go. Very good proximity here, going into outside zone 4 now, coming over for 5. Not exactly as close as Edvinas was here, but still a very good, very active chase here that we're seeing. Nice outside line from Edvinas here. Titus going on a bit of a wider line in the chase, losing some ground and now has to play catch up. Manages to go for it after the last transition and find some lost ground. But yeah, that is a bit of a mistake there at the very end after outside zone, what was it, 8 or 9? Yeah, nice outside line approach from Edvinas here in the lead. Smooth and steady as everybody in the E46s. A little bit of an inside line from Titus here, and let's look at what happened here. Yeah, he did fall back a little bit between outside zones 8 and 9. and had to lunge quite a bit after the transition to make all the lost ground up. Would I say it's harder to drive low HP cars? Well, yes and no. With higher horsepower cars, you can definitely chase a little bit better. If you've lost some ground, it's easier to catch up in transitions and after transitions. With these lower horsepower cars, it is a bit harder to keep them at angle, and it is quite a bit harder to catch people as well. And Edvinas takes the win unanimously, so congratulations to him for moving on to the top 32. Another upset here from the qualifying position 23, taking down qualifying position 10. Titus, better luck in the next race. Let's see you then. And now we're left with the last fourth group of our top 32. The last 4 tandems before we move on to the top 16. Easy to chase with low horsepower? Well, maybe, but it's harder to catch up. I think at least it's harder to catch up. If you have lost some ground after transitions, you have to sometimes make sacrifices in the line to get that proximity going. Or you have to time your transitions just surgically precise. Simon is running in the next group as well. How's kids, wife? I don't have any of them. None of that. I have a dog and a cat. Life goals. Your kid is a Hyundai i30N. That is a pretty decent car. I was driving one of those in the Netherlands this year when I went for a business trip. From my work. I had that as a rental for a week. It was pretty nice. I did like it. It was from this year as well. It had done less than 15,000 kilometers. They are kind of like kids, no? Well, a bit. I'm kind of laughing that my house is basically a retirement home for animals because I've adopted an old dog and an old cat. Both just could not stay with their previous owners, so I took them in so they would not go to the shelter. As old animals have a really hard time finding new home from the animal shelter, so I did step in. And they are pretty chill. They are both mostly sleeping throughout the day. Not being the most active animals. One of them is sleeping on the windowsill left of me. The other is sleeping in their bed on the right of me. So they're chilling. Hey, let's see, maybe I can get myself a fresh cup of tea while we're waiting for the next group.
Rinse and repeat. Pull up the pin and baby rinse on a beat. Rinse and repeat. Pull up pin and baby rinse on a beat. Can you break it down? Come on. Rinse and repeat. Pull up the pin and baby rinse on a beat. Rinse and repeat. Pull up the pin and baby rinse on a beat. Can you break it down? Come on.
Server issues, we be back soon. Alright, thanks for the info. You also saved your dog. The previous owner wanted to end them when they were babies, and you took one. Oh, that is very nice of you to do. Edwina's checked the semaphore. Your screen was black because of bad semaphore patch. Uh-huh. Interesting issues we're having here today. Screens going black and red and foggy. Only on start next to the semaphore. That is very interesting. I've seen flags mess up the screen, at least in VR. That happened for me in one of the DCGP races like 2 seasons ago. The only one that I've participated in. But luckily that was in the way between, like when you were going back to the starting line after your first lap. So it wasn't really impacting your run. No, it's not your layout. I mean, I don't know if this time around it was from your layout or no, but for me, when that stuff happened, it was when I was going between flags. Like I had 3 flags on both sides. And that's when the issue was happening to me, but that was DCGP, not your track. That's where you turn off everything running regular Assetto graphics. Yeah, but you need to have lighting effects. If you don't have lighting effects, then you're not gonna see the lights, if I understand correctly. At least that's how it used to work previously. I don't know if it's changed now or no. Never done anything for DCGP, so pretty high chance it's not yours. So, well, yeah. You would know. It could be wrong lighting effects, yeah. Maybe in the future they will recognize me. Man, you've made some very nice tracks for us. They definitely should consider you. Another shout out going now to Jetta for making this beautiful track that we are competing on today. Edwina's changed stuff to be able to drive Jonex Z4. Needs to check all those. We might be onto something here. Yeah, Jetta is the track maker. Pure or any graphic patches, you have regular CSP 2.11, CSP to particle FX off. Yeah, particle FX does not really affect that much. I think I have it up as well, I don't remember from the top of my head. Since I do drive in VR, I do not have a NASA PC. I do have to low it to run everything on pretty much low and off wherever possible. I don't even run any smoke because that takes up a lot of processing power on my PC. Unfortunately, because I do like smoke. Kinda ruins the vibe of drifting if you drive without any, but it is what it is. I have to do what I have to do to get the performance going. Why the people in the pits are dwarves? I wouldn't know. I don't think I recognized that. I don't think I saw that. Do people disable smoke for competitions? Shouldn't be allowed. I mean, you can run your graphics settings however you want to run. And people also drive from the roof's perspective, so it's sim drifting. We're all trying to make it as realistic as possible, and then we are driving from the roof perspective. And I mean, you should not be complaining about smoke not being visible if roof POV is still allowed, you know? Yeah, smoke in VR is really difficult, and if you run low graphics settings, then you're not gonna see much through it at all. Okay, but let's continue with our top 32. We've got David Latsko in the lead and Daniel Kvasha in the chase, already going through the inside clip, coming up to outside zone 3. Nice proximity from Daniel in the chase. David, on the other hand, very smooth in the lead, sticking it right to the edge of the track. Daniel has found the perfect way to in David's pocket. Takes a little bit of an inside line to keep the proximity going throughout outside zone 7 and 8. Now going through 9, still sticking on the door for the last transition, now losing a lot of ground and has to play catch up for the last 2 zones. Gets it back in the pocket, but might be too late, because he definitely did lose some ground just before the transition was pretty far away. Let's see how they do when they're swapped in positions. Can David put up a solid or better lead chase run? Yeah, roof POV, I think, should not be a thing. Well, Mr. Bean is comedy, but this is serious competition, you know? Okay, let's see them swapped around. Daniel representing Team EDF going to be in the lead now. David representing Team Hashira from Romania is going to be in the chase. And off they go for their second run of this battle. Again, chase driver choosing to delay their chase a little bit and take a little bit of an inside line approach, but getting in the pocket right away, chasing the front tire there. Decent proximity from David in the chase, very good from Daniel in the lead, staying on the edge of the track, going through the inside clip, now transitioning over for outside zone 7, very smooth, very nice mimicking from David here in the chase position, just side by side going both cars. The last transition, David finds immediately all the ground after the last transition, and they go across the finish line side by side. Very good job from David in the chase. I've liked a lot what we were seeing here. He finds a very good initiation to be very close in proximity right from the get-go. Let's see what the judges decide. were going pretty fast at the beginning. Now we are going a little bit slower in the competition now. Let's see, the scorecard is up and it's unanimous for David Latsko. He takes the win. Daniel Kvasha falls out of the competition in the top 32 stage. Better luck next time. David moves on to the top 16. He's gonna fight the winner of the next battle, and that's going to be between Simon Sandman, who is going to be in the lead, going up against Oihan Polo, who is going to be in the chase. Oihan in a very recognizable Escuco black livery in the chase. Simon from Team Awake from Sweden in the lead. Let's see them go, I mean. Nice wide initiation into the first outside zone. Oihan immediately on the doors, goes through that inside clip and loses some ground before outside zone 3. Playing catch up now in outside zone 4. Has managed to get all the ground back up and is in the pocket wheel to wheel. When going through the inside clip now loses some ground after transitioning, but gets it right back up going through outside zone 7. Right on the door through outside zone 8. Very good lead line from Simon here, as we are used to seeing from him, going right on the edge of the track. But look at the proximity from Oihan here, wheel to wheel across the finish line. Very close. Surgical precision required not to disrupt the lead driver if you're going that close to him. Very good job and very brave from Oihan in the chase position there. Very well done. You can see his brakes are glowing. In comparison to the lead car, his brakes are not glowing, so he must use a lot of left foot braking to stay in the correct position. Yep, rib brake discs indeed. They're hotter than the center of the sun at the moment, it looks like. Okay, let's swap them back around. Oihan in the lead this time and Simon in the chase. Again, the lead driver falling down a little bit, but it might be a bit misleading because you have to go through an S before initiating. Now, Oihan doing a decent job in the lead. Simon trying to catch up in the chase now, manages to get in the pocket before outside zone 4, falling back a little bit and not perfectly mimicking the angle. A little bit of a gap before outside zone 7, manages to catch it back up, get right into the pocket on the doors of Oihan in outside zone 7, 8 and 9. Now for the last transition. Ooh, very close, very good attack right after that. And across the finish line, very good run from both the drivers again. You could see that Simon did not have to use a lot of left foot braking in the chase. At least his brake discs weren't glowing. Maybe that's a difference. If you take your spoiler off your car, it behaves differently. I wouldn't know. Yep, see you later, Intense. Enjoy your drive. It's a glitch sometimes. Oh, that's interesting. I thought it actually behaves like it should. So if the brake disc is hot, then it glows. Yeah, it looks like his brake discs are glowing only on one side, so that probably should not be happening. Must have been a glitch. Decent run from both drivers anyways, and let's see what they decide. Oh, and it's the first split decision win. So Oihan takes the win with 2 votes. 1 vote went to Simon. But Oihan gets into the top 16. He's going to go up against David Latsko. But let's continue with the next top 32 battle already. Armand Westman is in the lead, going up against Alexander Skok Jensen, a new name in our competition already. Qualified 27th yesterday, going up against Armand Westman, who qualified 6th. So that is a big bar to clear. Armand's representing our own team, RTRiga, as you can see from the livery with our classic design. Nice wide initiation into the first outside zone. Alexander a bit shallow on the angle, trying to keep the proximity going. Very good here in outside zone 3, could be a little bit closer. Trying to watch out not to make any contact. Nice angle mimicking and is very close. Ooh, checks up a little bit here before the inside clip. It's a bit of a harder area to go through. But still, Armands keeps it on the perfect lead line as he's used to. Oh, and a big gap developing between them in outside zone 9, and Alexander has to take a very shallow inside line to catch back up, as he does, and goes across the finish line wheel to wheel. He was there for the last 2 outside zones as well, but yeah, definitely had to make some sacrifices in the chase to keep the proximity going, while Armand just does what he does best and tears up the track, going all in, full throttle, no dramas in the Bahamas, sticking it right to the edge of the track throughout all of the layout. Nice lead run. Let's see if Alexander can shake the nerves in his first tandem battle and show us a decent competing lead run against our own Armands Vestmanis, who is known to win a lot of battles already. He's definitely one of the toughest opponents to go up against in tandems, so let's see them go. Alexander in the lead, now Armands in the chase. Nice wide initiation. Armands finds the perfect initiation to initiate right into the pocket and stays right there throughout the transition for outside zone 3. Perfect angle and line mimicking. Alexander doing a pretty good job in the lead here, staying on the outside line. No corrections what I'm seeing here. Ooh, a bumper to bumper, very close transition before outside zone 7. Look at the proximity and mimicking from Armands there. Might be a little bit of contact here before outside zone 8, it looked like, I don't know, but nobody seems to be shaken much by it. Very nice transition here. Armands does a perfect job in the chase, does not lose any ground whatsoever. My commenting is very informative because you can work out with a phone in your pocket and still kind of get what happens. Thank you for the kind words. That is very kind from you to say. I am definitely a sort of a beginner in this. Series is the only one that I've ever commented in, and this is basically my second season of ever commenting. Thanks for the kind words, guys. Again, really love to see, love hearing that. It is a learning journey for sure. Yeah, really good job from Alexander in his first tandem race ever, and even going up against one of our best Armands Vestmanis, who takes the lead unanimously. So unfortunately, Alexander does not get the upset win, which would be really hard to do against Armands, but let's see him in the next race. Wish you the best of luck in our competition. Hope we're going to see you back. But now we're going to continue with the last battle of our top 32. It's going to be Owen Ellis, another US driver from Team Kaiju, going up against Mantas Savickas, our Lithuanian driver. Last battle of the top 32. Nice wide initiation for Owen, a little bit shallow on that first outside zone, and a little bit of a gap between the drivers before outside zone 3, but Mantas finds the pocket in outside zone 3 as they're going through 5 already. Owen stays on a very good lead line on the outside of the track. Ooh, and a big mistake in the chase from Mantas there. Checks up after the transition before outside zone 7 and loses all the proximity, and is fighting to catch up to the lead driver now, as Owen is just running away with it in his lead run, and Mantas manages to catch back up somewhat, but does not stick it on the door after that outside zone, no, after that inside clip 6, so does not manage to get back into the perfect pocket position. Let's watch again and try to understand what happened there. Was that something that impeded from the lead driver, or no? No, it did look like an independent mistake from the chase driver. Pretty sure there was no contact involved. A gap was left, space was left by the chase driver so the lead driver could transition, but the chase driver himself, Mantas, made a mistake in the transition, unfortunately. So he does need to force a mistake out of Owen to win this battle. He definitely knows that, and he does need to show a really good job in the lead drive as well. So Owen does not need to worry much, he just needs to show a competitive chase. Oh, and Mantas makes a big mistake in his lead run in outside zone 1 already. Goes off track with one wheel, throws some dirt in the air, But Owen is not shaken by it, finds the pocket perfectly, going through outside zone 5 right now, coming for the inside clip. Nice bumper to bumper transitioning for outside zone 7. They both go side to side through the big sweeper with the 3 zones, coming for 9 right now. Very wide angle from Mantas in the lead. Aggressive, fast transition, but Owen does not hold back. Transitions exactly the same on the doors of Mantas, and across the finish line they go. So yeah, it looks like Mantas had some nerves working up in his lead and chase runs. Some mistakes have been made, probably ending the competition for him here. Unfortunately, makes a mistake but in both his runs, in the lead run and in the chase run. In the lead run with that big correction after the inside clip 6, almost over rotates and has to rotate back a little bit and then get back in the angle and loses all the ground. And in the second run in the lead, I'm sorry, drops a tire right after outside zone 1, goes a little bit too wide there. So that is probably pretty clear who wins this one, although not jinxing it. Don't want to jinx it. It's still up in the air. Judges have not decided. The scorecard is not visible yet. I could make it into DMEC or FD. Oh man, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't refuse at all. If only I had a chance. Hook me up, boys. With a one-way ticket to the US. And the position on the FD commentator's booth. I would not mind a single bit. Okay, let's see who takes it. And the last person to qualify, the last driver to qualify for the top 16 is Owen Ellis from the US. So unfortunately for Mantas Savickas, the race is over. Better luck in the next one. Let's see you in a month in the next race. So this is our top 16. All the top 32 battles are over. So we've got Simvort, who's going to go up against Žydrūnas Petkevičius, Artur Kula going up against Matis Slācis, Juanan Jorge is going up against Luis Trevino, Chase Cronin going up against Adrian Roncero on the left side of our top 16, and on the right side we've got Benas Jonetis going up against Wojciech Denis, William Diaz Santiago going up against Edvinas Morauskas, David Lutsko going up against Eugen Polo, and Armand Vestmanis versus Owen Ellis. So that is our top 16. Pretty sure we're gonna have a 10-minute break at this point. All right. Yeah, we've got a 10-minute break. And after that, we are going to continue with our top 16. A little bit of a side note, if any of our top 16 drivers are listening. Chase drivers, don't be afraid to cross the dividing line on the run-up. That line exists there only for the lead driver. The chase driver can cross that line freely and initiate in a single line with the lead driver if they choose to do so. That is not off the table. So if you are in the top 16, and have been afraid to cross the dividing line from the chase position, don't be afraid to do so. That is there only for the lead line. But apart from that, I will see you in about 10 minutes time when we proceed with our top 16. Get yourselves something to drink, get yourselves a snack, stretch those legs, and let's see you in 10 minutes when we go with the top 16.
I found myself in the dark of the night. When I was lost, needed a reason to fight. Cried out my tears, then they started to dry. I found me, all I need. I found myself in the dark of the night. When I was lost, needed a reason to fight. Cried out my tears, then they started to dry. I found me, all I need. Cried out my tears, then they
back with the top 16. We've got drivers of the first group already practicing in the server. So this is where the competition steps up. Please do keep the chat in English, that would be perfect. Thank you. There is probably speaking Portuguese here, but I would prefer if they would keep it in English as well. As we're switching to the starting line camera, probably time for us to start this top 16. We're going to start off with Seambot going up against Žydrūnas Petkevičius, our qualifier number 1, going up against qualifier number 16. So a bit of a gap in points between these two drivers. Here we go, both E36s lined up on the starting line already. Seam is going to be in the chase and Žydrūnas is going to be in... No, Seam is going to be in the lead and Žydrūnas is going to be in the chase. And off the line they go, the light is green already, and a nice fast wide angle initiation for Seam in the lead there. Žydrūnas finds his way in the pocket immediately, does go through the inside clip, going through outside zone 3 right now. Very good proximity from Žydrūnas in the chase. Seam though on the very good lead line, staying on the right, on the outside edge of the track, going through inside clip right now, transitioning over for outside zone 7. Very nice proximity still from Žydrūnas here, going through outside zone 7, 8, and now coming up to 9. Nice mimicking of line and angle here. Very well timed transition here, not to lose any ground, and gets right on the door with even a little bit of a bigger angle than the lead car at the beginning of that last sweeper. Really good run from both the drivers here, and oh, the screen goes black for us as well, it looks like. Happens to the best of us. Whoops. Little bit of an issue with our cameras here. We did not get to see the replay. But it's fine, isn't it? It's fine. We already seen the run. Okay, let's see them swapped back around. Žydrūnas in the lead now and Seam in the chase, running up to the initiation line. Nice side-by-side initiation. Žydrūnas taking a nice big line in the first outside zone. Seam sticking it to the door immediately. Nice proximity, very close to the lead driver's door here. A little bit of a further back approach for the chase, but the proximity is still there nevertheless. So he keeps it a wide line as well. Nice from Žydrūnas here in the lead, filling all the zones in his lead run. Perfectly timed transitions from Seam in the chase. I mean, not much to add here. Very good chase run from Seam here. He does show us class does show us why he is the top qualifier for us in this race. Very good run. He's definitely shown us some good scores in this competition before already in the previous rounds. Definitely a driver to watch out for. You know that you're in trouble if you're going up against him. Yeah, a little bit of an angle mismatch here for outside zone 10, but managed to get back on the correct angle for the last two outside zones. So managed to correct it, and it goes unanimously to Sim Vort, who moves up into the top 8. For Zydrunas Petkevičs, this race is over. Let's see you in the next one. Still a very good job qualifying 16th and getting into the top 16. No small feat. But we're going to move right on with our next tandem battle in the top 16. That's going to be Artur Kula from Poland from Team Gripton in the lead, and Matis Slācis representing our own RTRiga in the chase in an E46. Nice initiation from Artur, staying on the outside. Matis also going through the inside clip and taking a little bit of an inside line approach just to get on the doors of Artur. Manages to do exactly that and stays on it throughout outer zones 4 and 5. Going for the inside clip. Now bumper to bumper transition for the next big sweeper. 3 outside zones, 7, 8 and 9. Artur stays on the outside line for the first 2 and goes a bit shallower on the third, as you should. Now nice, perfectly timed transition for the last 2 outer zones from Matis. Goes across the finish line door to door. Very nice chase, very nice lead as well. Oh, it's really getting hard to find differences in runs now, because everybody is just so good at this track, both leading and chasing. You really have to split hairs to determine the winner of a lot of the races here. Happy to see the level that the drivers are bringing for today. Did not see Matis' brake lights light up in that last transition, so it looks like he went with no brakes at all there. So nice. Nice that he managed to hold it in there, but now he is going to be in the lead and Artur is going to give him chase. Let's see them go. Nice wide initiation from Matis. Artur very close in proximity in the first outside zone. Transitioning over to third, still stays on the door after transitioning. Very close proximity, almost on painting tire marks on his door. Now going for the inside clip, another bumper to bumper transition, wide angle from Matis and staying on the edge of the track, going through outer zone 7 and 8. But Artur still on his door, very close proximity, very well done. Now the last transition for the last 2 zones, just absolutely no dramas. As perfect as it could be. Matis on the edge of the track, Artur right in his pocket across the finish line. Artur might have this one, Matis might have this one, really hard to tell. I am not going to caster's curse this one for sure, so I am not deciding. I did like both runs. Of course, I am a little bit biased towards the E46s because I drive it myself, but that is the only bias I am willing to display here, because other than that, both the drivers showed up. Really good performance in the top 16 battle. And it's going to be Artur Kula who takes the win unanimously. So congratulations to him. Beating Matis Slācis is absolutely no small feat. It is pretty hard to do, since Matis is also a very experienced driver with these cars. But better luck to him in the next race. Artur moves on to the top 8 to fight Sim Vort, but we're going to continue with Juanan Jorges going up against Luis Trevino. It's an all-around Spanish battle, both drivers from Team Escuco Black. Let's see them show class. Some team tandems in for today. Nice wide initiation from Juanan in the lead. Luis fighting a little bit. to get all that ground up that he lost in the first outside zone, but wheel to door here going through outside zones 4, now coming up to 5. These matching liveries, both E36 and 46, looking beautiful going through the track. Now for outside zone 7, a little bit of a shallower angle, but very deep line for Huanan here in the lead. Lewis still keeps it on the door. Oh, and an interesting transition here, but very good line in the chase in the end with that anyways. That did look like a very aggressive transition here from the chase. Yeah, and in the initiation, Lewis also took a very deep inside line to get the proximity going there. That initiation, though, I have to admit, is pretty tricky. You have to find a good way to initiate and not lose any ground at the beginning of it. Yeah, but nice to see that Skuko drivers are here to show us some class, to show us some team tandems going on. Unfortunately, one of them is going to get eliminated. Yeah, this last transition was pretty interesting, very snappy from Lewis in the chase. He did leave quite a bit of a gap for the transition for the lead driver, but managed to somehow gain all the ground back up. Let's see them swapped around as Lewis takes the lead position and Huanan goes in the chase. The light is green and they go. Nice, very big angle initiation from Lewis there. Huanan takes a much more of a matched line approach for the initiation. Very close in proximity, going through outside zone 3, now 4, and now coming up to 5. Still, Huanan keeps it on the side of Lewis here, now going through the inside clip, transitioning over for outside zone 7. Still the proximity is as close as it can be. Lewis taking a very big angle approach for outer zone 8, going through 9, now transitioning over the last time to go through the last 2 outer zones. Huanan immediately finds the pocket and they cross the finish line door to door. Very nice run from both the Skuko drivers. I love to see that. They are a very strong team. We always see a lot of their drivers make it into the tandem part of the competition. They are a very strong team, definitely one to look out for, and you can see that when they are going up against each other, that they definitely have practice. They know each other's driving style inside and out, so they can put up very good tandems for us. What a sight to behold. Pure show indeed. Absolutely agree. Probably the IC2 on the lead messed up Mati's score. It might be, yeah, that is a tough zone to hit because you have to sort of shallow up quite a bit on the line to hit it perfectly. You have to lose quite some speed after initiation so you don't go too far and don't go off track. Oh, and drivers want to see it again in the replay, so there is some debating going on the judging desk. Curious, what are they interested in? Aha, so I'm getting word in my ear that it's not actually the judges looking at the replay, it's just the judges are still deliberating and the replay is for us, the viewers. So I've known it wrong all this time. I thought all this time that it's the judges looking at the replays. My bad. But it is still the judges are deliberating during that time, and it is a unanimous one more time. That is something that we have not seen today yet. So apparently they were exactly as good as the other driver. Exactly as good as each other. So let's see them get a new set of tires and run it back. Pure show, and we're gonna get to see it again. I don't mind. Okay, they have lined up. Huanan in the lead and Lewis in the chase again. Don't have to repeat, both from Spain, both from Skuko Black. Showtime again. Yep, let's see it. Huanan taking it away in the lead. Lewis in the chase. Nice big initiation again. Ooh, interesting initiation approach from Lewis this time around. Not taking the shallow line, but taking the wide line. Very aggressive and risky there, but sticks it right on the door. It pays back. So he gets all the proximity right from the get-go and is unshakable going through the first part of the track. Now the transition after the inside clip going through outside zone 7. Huanan sticks it on the edge of the track, but Lewis just shows us the proximity masterclass here going through the big sweepers. Perfectly timed transition too for the last 2 outside zones. Huanan not as deep in the line as previously, and across the finish line they go. And it did look like Lewis spun out after going across the finish line. I don't know if judges are going to count that as an uncontrolled finish. They might. So you have to remember that when you cross the finish line, you have to basically straighten out with your car. You have to show that you still have control of it, that you can stop drifting anytime and just drive straight. So don't spin out after the starting line. Yeah, but what a run. Very nice chase from Lewis there. I liked it a lot. The aggression in the initiation already, the proximity all the way throughout the track, did not let the proximity go a single bit. But let's see them swapped around again. Lewis in the lead for the second time and Huanan giving chase. Let's go. Let's see it. And the lights finally go green and they go for the second run of their one more time battle. Lewis initiating in the lead aggressively with some wide angle, sticking it to the edge of the track in outside zone 1, now transitioning over for 3. Huanan has found the pocket and stays in it right from the initiation, already going through outside zone 5 now. A little bit of a shallower angle approach before the transition from Huanan here, while Lewis sticks it on the outside edge of the track going through outside zone 7 and 8. Huanan right there in the pocket, lacking a little bit of angle but still very good proximity. As they go through the last outside zones, Huanan finds the perfect angle mimic and they go across the finish line door to door. That's going to be some really good photos on their socials probably from this run. You know, you have to use the opportunity when you can show off runs like this. I'm going to use my chance and say hi to all the Skuko followers if they post this on their socials. Your drivers are pretty great. Nice run from both of them. Yeah, Huanan was lacking a little bit in the angle department in some of those zones. Sacrificed that for the proximity and the line. So let's see if we do have a decision swinging one way or another this time around, or are they going one more time again? The scorecard is up. Armands, Edgars and Danila are deciding. 2 of them go Luis Trevino, 1 goes Huanan Jorges, and it's Luis Trevino who moves up in the top 8. Unfortunate for Huanan. Ends this race here. So another upset from Lewis here. Good job from him. Moves up into the top 8. Huanan, let's see you in the next race. We've seen you in a lot of our races already. Let's hope that this loss is not going to shake your self-confidence in competition and you're going to be back for the next. Alright, next up we're going to move on with the last battle of the left side of the bracket of the top 16. It's going to be Chase Cronin going up against Adrian Roncero. If we remember, Chase Cronin did get a bye run in his top 32, so he has not had an actual battle yet today. Let's see if that impacts him at all. Chase starting in the lead. Adrian is going to be giving chase. Another Team Skuko livery that we're seeing. Nice wide angle initiation for Chase here in outside zone 1. Adrian finds a very good line for the initiation and the first few zones to stay in the pocket. Chase filling the zones about 80%, going pretty wide. Decent approach from him in the lead at the moment, going for outside zone 7 with big angle, filling it like 75%, gets all the way to the outside of the track in outside zone 8, transitioning over for the last 2 zones for the big sweeper, still keeps the line smooth. Adrian keeps it on his door. Nice. I love to see this. Top 16 definitely has gotten way more intense. Everybody's trying to get on the doors right after initiation. It is a difficult thing to do, to find that perfect initiation line from the chase position, because there is no set initiation that we are forcing on the drivers in this race. So we are not preferring a handbrake or a clutch kick. You can choose whichever you want. So the chase driver definitely has to adapt on the fly. Okay, let's see them get swapped around. Adrian in the lead this time and Chase in the chase. What a perfect name for a drift driver, by the way. Nice, smooth initiation for Adrian, not completely filling the first outside zone, but about 80%. Now big angle for outside zone 3. Chase is on the door, does what his name implies the best. Now going through outside zone 5, still door to door, very close, good proximity from Chase in the chase position. Now going for outside zone 7, Adrian with nice, smooth, steady angle through outside zone 8, staying on the edge of the track. Chase in the pocket all the way through, transitioning over for the last 2 outside zones. Very good mimic from Chase in the chase position, going for the last outside zone, and door to door they are across the finish line. Oh wow, it's so hard to comment. Somebody going named Chase being in the chase position, so that was definitely a test of my English fluency. Oh my. Overall, really good job from both the drivers. I love what I'm seeing here. Just the aggression and the confidence. And here, when you're going through outside zone 7, 8, and 9, you have to go full throttle, and then you have to angle up a bit after outside zone 9. And you have to be really trust in the lead driver that he is going to do the same thing as you are doing if you want to keep the chase close. So I like to see drivers do that all the time. And Chase gets the win unanimously and moves up into the top 8. Gonna go up against Luis Trevino there. Unfortunate for Adrian Roncero. Race ends here. Let's see you back in the next one. Now we're gonna move on to the second part of our top 16 battle. We're gonna see Benas Jodut is going up against Wojciech Denis, and we're gonna see William Diaz Santiago, whose name quite doesn't fit in the bracket, going up against Edvinas Murauskas. And then also David Lasko going up against Oihan Polo, and Armand Svesmanis versus Owen Ellis. So that is going to be our second part of the top 16. Yeah, W chases by Chase. I know that is a pretty popular name in the US, but it's also pretty funny for somebody named Chase to get into drift racing. I mean, there had to be one, right? USA! US! We've got a lot of US drivers this time around. I think we've got 3, and we even got 2 who are still in competition, so that is nice to see that they're picking up their driving skill, showing us something better this time around, getting further in the competition. I don't think we've seen a US driver on the podium yet. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, near misses on the track in the practice at the moment. Yeah, that is crazy. This track is pretty wild if you go practicing on the online server. It's a hit or a miss. Sometimes you get some really, really cool near misses, and sometimes you just get big crashes with like 4 to 8 cars. Oh, is this gonna be a hit? Ooh, that was so close. line of doom is back. Yes, the grass that sticks with the cars. I am very curious, why does that happen? Because that happens on a lot of tracks, a lot of cars. I've seen that in many different competitions run by many different organizers. So maybe you can shine some light, Jetta, on why that particular bug happens, because it is a very common bug in Assetto Corsa that I've seen, and I'm very curious on why does that happen. If you know, would be great if you could explain us. Why is it the line of doom? And as we are looking at our semaphore right now, that is our cue that the first two drivers should be up. Oh, everybody teleports to the pits. Gonna be honest, you have no idea. Well, unfortunate. I'm curious if there is like any debugging tools in Assetto Corsa that could help get down to the bottom of this issue, but I guess we would also have to then spend time on the server to just trying to replicate the issue, and only then we could look in with these debugging tools if they even exist. Okay, but up next, for our first top 16 battle of the right side, we're going to have Benesionet is going up against Watchers Dennis, who I'm just going to call Dennis. Dennis is going to be in the lead and Benes is going to be in the chase. So Dennis versus Benes. Oh, that's going to be another hard one. Nice initiation from Dennis here in the first outside zone. Benes sticking it on the door right from the get-go. Going through outside zone 3, Dennis takes a little bit of a shallower line, but Benes, not shaking by that, stays right there in the pocket in the chase. Now going through the inside clip, transitioning over for the next zone. Pretty close transition. Benes missing a little bit in the angle department, but gets it going back up as if he would hear me speak right now and corrects it immediately, going for the last two zones now. Still Dennis keeps it on the edge of the track and Benes keeps it in his doors. Very good from both the drivers here. Aggressive E36 action, exactly what we love to see. Benes, very good chase. Dennis could have been a little bit deeper in some of those zones, but still, nevertheless, a smooth and a decent big angle run in the lead from Dennis as well. It's a feature, yeah. Maybe it is a feature. Okay, let's see them swapped around already. Ben is going to be in the lead and Dennis in the chase this time around. As they initiate side by side, Ben is taking a wide line. It looked like there might have been a little bit of contact right after initiation, but Dennis has found himself in the pocket of Benes here, going through outside zone 4. Coming up to 5, Benes angles up a little bit for the inside clip. Looks like he was going a little bit straight through the inside clip, going through outside zone 7. Very wide line. I like the deep angle approach in the outside zones in this sweeper turn. A big angle before transition. Dennis gets right back in the pocket immediately after transition. Both of them are on the line. Oh, but as I say that, Benes exits the zone a little bit early, moves a little bit away from the inside edge of the track on the last outside zone. So let's watch it in the replay again, if we can spot any mistakes or corrections. Yeah, a bit of an angling up right here, and the inside clip looked like he was going a little bit straight, so might be a little bit of a deduction in points there. Nice approach here. Let's see outside zone 9, a lot of angle after that. I don't think I've seen any contact between them, so let's see the end here, the last outside zone. Yep, he does shallow up a little bit on the line at the very end. So let's see what the judges say. Benes representing Team Nieko Tokyo, he's from Lithuania, and Dennis representing Team Delta Infinite from Poland. Two beautiful looking E36s here. Yeah, let's watch them again in the replay. Of course, why not? Just full throttling all the way. So on this part you have to be absolutely full throttle, you have to manage your steering wheel a tiny bit, you have to angle up a little bit here, have to slow down for outside zone 9 or you're hitting the flags. Definitely a bit of a technical track, although it doesn't seem so from the first look. And the scorecard is up. Let's see who takes this one home. It's going to be Benes Jonatis winning this top 16 battle. Unfortunately, race over for Wojciech Dennis. And Benes with another upset. So he's 31st qualifying and Dennis was 18th qualifying. So this time it's Benes who is the underdog king. Has won 2 races already. You could try to debug it in single player if you can replicate it. Nice, yeah, that would be cool to know. Of course, not necessary at all. It's just curiosity taking the best of me. I really want to know. Okay, but next up we're gonna see William Diaz Santiago from the US going up against Lithuanian Edvinas Murauskas. 2 very close qualifiers, 26th and 23rd respectively. Should be a pretty close battle. Both E46s as well. These are not the most popular cars in this competition, so glad to see them going side by side. Unfortunately, one of them is going to have to get eliminated, but Edvinas in the lead, William in the chase. Let's go already. Nice, ooh, wide initiation for Edvinas there, but there is contact in the first outside zone that throws Edvinas completely off the track, but he manages to get back in it. Probably still going to be a 0 because he went completely off the track. It just depends on whose mistake it was for the contact. Yeah, but that was the biggest issue that we have seen today at all. Pretty bad. Really curious to see who was at fault there, because that is going to be what decides this battle's outcome probably, I can imagine. Let's watch it in the replay again. Might be that William was a little bit too close on the initiation, although it did not look like that. It really hard to tell. I would have to look at this in slow motion, I'm pretty sure, to be able to determine who was at fault there. But that's up to the judges. That's their decision now. Yeah, let's see again. Maybe a bit of a late initiation from William. I don't know. I do need to see this like 5 more times and in slow motion, so I could decide. Judges probably are also going to do exactly the same, but nevertheless, let's swap it around. William gonna be in the lead and Edvinas in the chase. Let's see if they can get a clean run done on the second try. Oh, another contact here, and they do exactly the same thing, it looks like. Wow. Oh no, what's going on here, guys? Let's keep it clean, please. This was pretty dirty, and I don't know who is at fault for any of this, but it did look pretty dirty in both runs from these both drivers. Edvinas manages to catch up in proximity, going towards the end of the track as they go through outside zone 10 and 11. Now they go across the finish line door to door. Yeah, but you really cannot forget what happened at the beginning here. So we are watching it in slow motion. Yeah, it's still hard to see. It does look like they're both on throttle there. So it's all up to the judges. It's all up to the judges. We are going to be watching in slow motion. Yeah, we can see that Edvinas has initiated here already, and William only now starts to rotate here. So it does look like a late initiation from William, but it might be an OMT. Yeah, it is an OMT, because both of them made exactly the same mistake, it looks like. Guys, clean it up. Clean it up. please. Let's keep the trend of clean battles going. It was so clean up until this point. Come on. Did not have to ruin it like that. Imagine not even qualifying and yapping. Okay. They line it back up on the starting line. Let's see if the boys can do a solid battle this time. No dramas, please. No contacts. No punting each other off track. Edvinas goes for a lead run and William goes in the chase. As they run in and initiate, this time another maybe a little bit later initiation from William, but no contact this time. They're off to the races, going through outside zone 3. Nice wide lead line from Edvinas, and William manages to keep the proximity very close in the chase, not exactly on his doors, but very close nevertheless. A very active chase, now going through outside zone 7 and 8. Edvinas stays on the edge of the track, while William stays in quite close proximity, but losing some of it towards the end of this sweeper turn, now transitioning over for the last turn. And William is left playing catch-up while going across the finish line. They are door to door, but yeah, there were some proximity issues from William there, if I seen that correct. Meanwhile, Edvinas puts down a heater of a lead run. Very nice to see. Filling all of the zones nicely. Not all of them 100%, but worst case scenario goes up into about 75% in a zone or two. The rest of them filling completely. Let's see what they do when they're swapped around. So they managed to keep it clean. Oh, there was some contact after crossing the finish line, so it's not over yet. Might be some bad blood between those two, but let's see. William in the chase, Edvinas in the lead. Nice initiation. Ooh, might have been some contact again, but with the rear of the car this time around, because William goes off track and there's again contact before outside zone 3. Another dirty run we're seeing here. Again, a lot of mistakes. Yeah, I don't know how to comment this. I'm just gonna keep on commenting what's happening right now. Going through outside zone 8. Nice line from William here. Edvinas, nice in the pocket for the chase. Oh, and my picture is frozen. And they go through the last two outside zones. Again, very good proximity from Edvinas there at the very end. And it looks like they're still punting each other. Yeah, there was some front wheel contact that made Edvinas over-rotate in the beginning. And then there was some rear-to-rear contact here before outside zone 3. So Edvinas was way too close, not leaving room for transition. But yeah, after a contact in the beginning like that, I guess it's pretty hard to get it together. They managed to get it together after the midpoint of the track, but yeah, wrestling drift indeed. These two definitely are taking the aggressive approach in winning the race, but I don't think it's paying off. I don't think that's how you should be approaching this. Of course, you should be close, but there is a thing called overshooting it and going too aggressive. Let's see it again in the slow motion replay. Yep, there was a wheel-to-wheel contact that it looks like that might have thrown William off track and sent Edvinas on a very shallow line. That brings them very close before that transition, before outside zone 3. So pretty sure that's where the contact comes from, because their lines are so vastly different after that first outside zone. Crazy run. So many things, so many things happening at the same time. And it's William to take the win. Unanimously this time. It might be interesting to hear the judges' decision. So what was the deciding factor to give this win to William? Because from my perspective, it looked really messy from both the drivers, really hard to decide who to give the fault to. Probably not going to get it immediately because we already see the next two drivers lined up on the starting line. It's going to be David Lacko in the lead position, chasing Oihan Polo in the E36. They're off the line already. Let's see how these two do. Please, some clean runs. Nice wide initiation from David there. Oihan in the chase, pretty close, but losing some ground after the transition, playing catch-up, reeling it back in. Nice, manages to do so before outside zone 4. Stays in there, and the proximity is not constant, going through outside zones 4 and 5, a little bit shaky there, but manages to stay solid through outside zones 7 and 8. Very good from David in the lead, not seeing any adjustments or any corrections. Ooh, a bit of a gap here before outside zone 10, but still manages to get back in the doors with a bit of a shallower line. Is Oihan in the chase? Well done from both drivers. Yeah, I really like the initiation approach from David here. Very fast, very wide, but Oihan on the other hand had to go through the inside clip to catch up, take a little bit of a shallower line. No names on stream. Yeah, there were no names, unfortunately. Happens to the best of us, but now we do have them. I'm just going by the top 32 bracket that's also in front of me on the secondary screen. Was a little bit harder to get the names in my head in the middle of the run, but it is what it is. Let's hope it's fixed for the second run. And it isn't, so Oihan's going to... No, it is. Oihan's going to be in the lead and David's going to be in the chase now. Let's see. A side-to-side initiation, Oihan very wide in the first outside zone, David going through the inside clip, nicely timed transition, Oihan taking a bit of an inside line but finds a perfect pocket position going through outside zone 5 now, door to door. Very good chase line approach from David here, losing a bit of ground before outside zone 7, but reeling it right back in very fast. A very good line from Oihan here in the lead, going through outside zone 7, 8 and 9, now transitioning for the last time, going through the last two zones. David really good on these dives to get right back in the door in the pocket of Oihan here. Really good job in the chase position, definitely knows how to do chase things, very good. Oihan though a bit shallow on the lead in outside zone 3, but manages to get back out to the edge of the track in outside zones 4 and 5. So also some mistakes here and there from both drivers and both runs, but tiny little mistakes are gonna have to decide this match. No big ones, no massive contacts, nobody runs each other off the track at least. Love to see that. We're back on the clean racing. And still, E46s, I love to see that they're still a competitive car, even though the ratio of E46s to E36s is 1 to 2. There's twice as many E36s in the competition. There's still quite a few E46s that are still in the competition in the top 8 already. That is definitely cool. And it's Oihan Polo to get the win, not unanimously though. One vote goes to David Lacko, but Oihan takes the win with 2 votes for him. Another upset, so number 19 qualifier taking down our number 3 qualifier. That is pretty significant. Best of luck to David in our next race. Let's see you back in a month. Next up, we're going to see the last battle of top 16. We're going to see Armand Westman is in the lead, going up against Owen Ellis in the chase. The lights already green, off they go. Big gap already in the run-in developing between them. Armand initiates, Owen playing catch-up, has to reel him right back in before it all goes bad, and manages to do so before outside zone 3. Sticks it right in the pocket while Armand is taking the wide line approach, staying on the outside of the track throughout the first zones. Now the inside clip, bumper to bumper transition after it for outer zone 7. Owen keeping the angle mimic and line mimic right there on the doors of Armand. Very well done. Not the easiest driver to chase. We all know that Armand is fast and technical. He goes through the last 2 outside zones with some big angle smoking tires across the finish line, but Owen on the doors all the way throughout. The only issue that I could point out, the big issue, I think, was the initiation. Maybe started, like the run-in itself was a bit too delayed, so he was not on the doors immediately, but he managed to find all the ground that was lost before outside zone 3, so did not wait until the late part of the track to get all the ground back up. Quickly fixed his mistake in the chase. But we all know how Armand chases. He is going to be on your door all the time. So now Owen knows that he has to be very fast in his lead, and they're already going. Owen in the lead, Armand's in the chase. Nice wide angle initiation. Armand's, of course, finds a perfect line in the chase for initiating. He's on the doors immediately. He is not delayed, does not sleep on the starting line. Owen, though, taking a really nice lead line approach, wide angle, as the E46s do, going through the inside clip, a bumper-to-bumper transition, really close, really risky from Armand's there, going through outside zone 7 and 8. The proximity from Armand's is perfect, just rubbing his front left tire on Owen's doors, going through the last two outside zones. Owen is right on the edge of the track, but Armand's mimics the line and the angle and the speed perfectly across the finish line, door to door. Perfect job from Armand's there. Very good run, this second one. The first one as well, it's just that one mistake of Owen of just sleeping a little bit on the starting line, it looked like, or being a little bit slower in the run-in. Lost some ground at the beginning. Let's see if that impacts anything. And it is Armand's taking our last top 8 spot with a unanimous victory over Owen Ellis. So unfortunate for Owen, the race is over in the top 16. Still a very good job putting up an 11th qualifying score and winning his top 32 battle and going up against Armand Westmanis, who qualified 6th this time around, is absolutely a hard task to do. I am definitely not envious of him, even though I definitely like chasing Armand as well. He does put up some really good lead runs, so it's fun chasing him. But we are moving up with our top 8. We have 4 tandem battles in our top 8. We're gonna have Seamvort go up against Artur Kula. We're gonna see Luis Trevino versus Chase Cronin. We're also going to see Benacion, that is our 31st qualifier, who is on an upset teardown right now. I don't know how to call it even. Going to go up against William Diaz Santiago, who also qualified 26, not very high, and is also on some upsets today. And then we're going to see Oyhan Polo go up against Armand Westmanis, who we just seen already. Sorry for the sloppy runs, I promise I ain't that bad. I'd like to put on a better showing, just struggling to keep up, lol, guys. You're fast. Yeah, this is the second season of this street competition already. And there's a lot of drivers who have been driving these cars. We are using the same cars for both the seasons. And we even had some off-season races, so there has been a lot of time for drivers to get used to them and get the setups dialed in, and don't worry about it. You still showed a very good score qualifying for the top 32 anyways. It was no small feat to do so, even though 26th, not on the top side of the qualifying but on the end side of it, but still you had to put up a score that is in mid-70s at least to get that, so that is not easy, of course. Well done. Let's see you in the next one, Diaz. Anybody got any predictions on who's taking the win so far? We see that Seam, our top qualifier, is still in the discussion for the victory, so he might have a perfect event, qualifying first and also still in the competition for winning it. Or we're gonna see Benaciones in the final, our 31st qualifier, doing a comeback story from the bottom of the qualifying grid. How do you think? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna take this one? Yeah, and Diaz, you're still in the top 8, by the way, so, you know. Just do a quick meditation session, get those nerves calmed down, breathe slowly in and out, and get that top 8 battle victory. It's also interesting to see that your name does not fit in the top 16 bracket assigned space, but it does fit in the top 8 or somehow. It might be a little bit of a longer one. I don't know what's going on there. We're all just human. We all make mistakes, you know. No need to apologize. And at this part of the competition in the top 8, everything is moving really fast. Since this stage only has 4 tandem battles, the next stage only has 2. A nice drift train going on. 3-car train. Nice. Those are really fun. Oh yeah, Diaz, get in the group, by the way. You have to get in the server. You have to be connected. I did not even know that you're not in the server. Second call from William Diaz Santiago to join the server. We are waiting for him. I hope he is in. I'm just gonna have to count the cars on the track. At the moment 3 only, waiting to see 8 cars. Ooh! Oh, almost crashed. Right, and the camera switching to our semaphore on the starting line means that we are going to start our top 8 with our first battle. Siimvoort, our top 1 qualifier, going up against Artur Kula, our top 8 qualifier. VR problems, alright. Well, if you still have not joined, you are running in the third battle, but only join in between battles. Please do not join while the battles are going on. And the light goes green and off we go for our first top 8 battle. Siim in the lead, Artur in the chase, both E36s. Nice side-by-side initiation. Wide goes Siimvoort, completely filling the first outside zone. Artur has found the insane golden chase line to stick it right on the door after transition. Stays right on Siim's door all the way throughout outside zones 3, 4 and 5 now. Oh, a very close bumper-to-bumper transition after the inside clip. Seam sticks his rear tire on the outside edge of the track, but Artur just stays in there in the pocket. Oh, and transitions a little bit too early. Might have been a little bit of contact, but not shaken by that still. I don't know if there was contact or no, but goes wheel to door across the finish line. Look at this chase. He initiates immediately on the door. And the first transition from before outside zone 3 was also immaculate. Very good job from Artur in the chase here. Seam definitely has his work cut out for him and is going to have to put up a hell of a chase to have a chance in this. Beautiful, indeed beautiful. That's what you like to see. The competition definitely getting more and more intense as we go deeper and deeper into the bracket of our top 32. Awesome. Now let's see them swapped around. Artur going to be in the lead. Seam going to be in the chase. Gonna try to stick it in the door, and he has to do that. Nice wide initiation from Artur. Seam does find very good ground immediately. Gets right back into the pocket after outside zone 3, stays on it, might be even one wheel off going here after outside zone 4, taking a bit of a backline approach to the chase, but still staying in good proximity. Chasing more of the rear wheel than the front wheel is him. Artur taking the wide line approach, sticking on the outside of the track as well, transitioning for the last time in this battle, both on the very edge of the track, side by side across the finish line. Very well done. Beautiful from both drivers as well. I think Artur was a little bit more forward with his chase, so it looked like Seam was more front wheel to back wheel, while Artur looked like more like front wheel to front door kind of chase, if that makes any sense. But still, nevertheless, very good proximity from Seam here in the chase, and very good job from Artur in the lead, hitting all of the zones, showing what top 8 is all about. It's all about skill, it's all about precision, it's all about consistency. You're not gonna get here unless you can win battle after battle after battle. And the scorecard is up, so we've got a winner, and it is Seamboard who unanimously takes the win, moves up into top 4, so still a chance for a perfect event from him, for a flawless event, not losing a single battle so far. Let's continue with our second battle of top 8. It's going to be Chase Cronin in the lead, going up against Luis Trevino in the chase. So Chase in the lead and Luis in the chase. United States versus Spain, Team Kaiju versus Team Escuco Black as the lights go green. They're off for their first battle. Let's see, side-by-side initiation and another contact, massive contact, immediately wiping out Chase and sending him into the side barrier. So it does look like Luis started his initiation a bit late, but Chase did hit the tire wall, so I am curious if he would have hit the tire wall if there was no contact there. Very, very interesting situation developing in front of our eyes. Again, another crash right after initiation, so let's see them immediately shut it down and swap it back around, so we don't have the first part of the battle. We're only gonna have the second part of this battle. Luis going to be in the lead now, and Chase going to be in the chase. Yeah, that hay bale isn't joking. Somebody forgot their anvil in it. Okay, off they go for the second round. Let's hope for a cleaner one this time. Yep, nice initiation from Luis. Chase sticking in the chase on the doors. Luis taking a nice wide approach. Chase, look at this proximity into the chase position from him. Stays on the door, a bit of a shallower line, but that's what you have to do to stay in that beautiful looking chase position. Wheel to wheel action, nice angle mimic and line mimic from Chase there, while Luis keeps it on the outside edges of the track, completely filling all the zones. Aggressive transition from Luis for the last outside zone, but Chase unshaken, stays on the door, same angle, same line. across the finish line. Nice job in the second time around. Guys, you could have done the same in the first run too. Unfortunate that they bail out, but yeah, let's see what the judges say about that. We don't have a complete lead from Chase, and we don't have a complete chase from Lewis. So it's only this run that we have to go judging. So let's see what the judges decide. Are they going to send them for one more time to have a complete top 8 battle? Because at this stage of the competition, I think it is pretty important. Right, and I'm getting some info in my ear that the winner of this race, the winner of this battle is going to be determined by the fault, who is at fault in the first one. Oh, I think that is the wrong replay. Definitely not the cars that we just seen. I love to see that we also have some slow motion replays now. I don't think we've seen them before in our previous races, and it's going to be Chase Cronin taking the win, moving up into the top 4, so it must have been a mistake by Luis Trevino in the initiation there. So unfortunate for him. Race is over because of a mistake. Let's see you in the next one. Better luck next time. We're gonna move up to the other side of our bracket for the top 8. We're gonna see William Diaz Santiago in the lead go up against Benas Jonetis in the chase. Two drivers who are still in the fight for this race, even though they qualified on the bottom side of our top 32, our 26th and 31st qualifiers respectively. William from the United States representing Team Evolution of Drift, and Benas from Lithuania representing Team Nieko Tokyo. Lead, please move a little bit closer to the starting line if you're listening. Also remember to keep your chat open at all times so you see if the track marshals are asking you to do that. And up they go for the first run. Let's see, looks like it's gonna be a side-by-side initiation. Nice by William here. Does not completely fill all of the zone. Benas does go through the inside clip a little bit, but does find the pocket. Very good proximity, going through outside zones 4 and now 5. Nice zone fill from William, keeping it smooth there. Ooh, very close bumper-to-bumper transition after the inside clip. Going through outside zones 7 and 8. Nice proximity from Benas in the chase. William still keeping it smooth in the lead. Nice line. Big angle transition for outside zone 10. Staying on the edge of the track. Benas mimicking that perfectly as well. Very well done. We're gonna see in the replay again. It did look like we were getting a bit of a slow motion replay at the start, so I was wondering, oh, are we gonna look at another mistake again? But no, it doesn't look like so. Yeah, very nice job from Benas in the chase. A bit of a later transition, a split second later transition after the inside clip, but yeah, that does not impact his run significantly. So just a minor issue. Nice lead run from William here as well. Oh, shallowed up on the line a little bit on the last outside zone. Did not completely fill it, but they've swapped back around. Let's see, Benas in the lead and William in the chase this time. What do they do? A back-to-back initiation. No, single file initiation, I mean. Nice proximity from William already, going through outside zone 3. Benas keeping it very close to the edge of the track limits, filling the zones like 85%. Now going for the inside clip, William leaves a gap for a transition and now has to catch up. Is not exactly on the doors of Benas here and is struggling to fill that gap between them. Manages to do so on the last transition before outside zone 10, but it might be too late already for that. Across the finish line they go door to door. A bit of a later initiation from William here as well. Pretty interesting. And taking an inside line approach for the chase to keep the proximity going. So that's what you have to do if the lead car is faster. You have to sacrifice the line a little bit, but that still looks good. I don't think it's an impairment, but yeah, here he loses some ground after that transition, after the inside clip 6, and does not manage to catch back up during the sweeper in outside zone 7, 8, and 9. Manages to catch back up after transition before outside zone 10 though. So let's see what's in store for him. What's the result of this one? How are you feeling, Chad? It's getting late already. It's 15 past 10 p.m. here in Latvia. I'm getting a little bit tired. We don't really have many battles left. We've been seeing some interesting drifting today. Who is your favorite for the victory? Okay, the scorecard is up. So the judge's decision should be coming in soon, and it is Benes that is taking the win unanimously over William Diaz Santiago. So Benes from the 31st qualifying position, still keeping the underdog comeback run going, getting himself in the top 4. So now we've got the last top 8 battle between Armands Vestmanis, who's going to be in the lead, and Oihan Polo, who's gonna start in the chase. Armands representing us, Team RTRiga from Latvia. Oihan from Spain representing Team Escuco Black. The light goes green. Man, their liveries look like they're almost like negatives of each other. Pretty similar. Nice wide initiation from Armands there. Oihan finds a good initiation, but does go through the inside clip. The proximity is good as they go through outside zone 4 now. Ooh, look at this proximity though now from Oihan. Very good in the chase. Armands keeping the lead line going. We're going through outside zone 7 right now, outside zone 8, on the very edge of the track. Very good proximity from Oihan here. Nice last transition for the last 2 zones. Ooh, Armands looked like he's 1 wheel off the track there. Just a little bit off, but across the finish line they go. Nice from both drivers. Oh, and my doggo wants to go outside. Production, can we have a 10-minute break after this? It would be really grateful. I would be really grateful if I can quickly go outside with my doggo after this one. Yeah, it does look like Armands did drop a wheel right before outside zone 10. Me talking in a very excited voice also does not really help too much, because the doggo definitely wants to go. Okay, let's see. Oihan in the lead and Armands in the chase. For the last battle of our top 8, Oihan initiates, Armands initiates, right on the doors. Nice, they get through successfully the first 2 zones. Outside zone 3, Oihan does not completely fill, but Armands is immediately on his door, knows what he has to do. Oihan stays on the outside line for the outside zones 4 and 5. Now they go through the inside clip, a bumper-to-bumper transition, going for outside zone 7 and 8 on the big sweeper. Oihan on the edge of the track, Armands right in the pocket, front left wheel in Oihan's front right door. And for the last big sweepers 2 zones, still stays on the door. Oihan may be filling 90% of the zones there. Let's watch it in the replay and see who wins this one. So let's see who takes this one. Very good job from both drivers. Oihan maybe not as experienced as Armands in these cars, but still putting up a hell of a run, a hell of a battle against one of our best drivers that we have to offer from our team, if not even the best, probably the best. Also, the last remaining Latvian driver in the competition at the moment, in this stage of the competition, I mean. Judges taking a little bit longer to deliberate this time around. Yeah, we can see that Eugen chose some shallower lines here as well, but the proximity was very good. I like to see that. Taking a shallower line does not immediately look bad. Like it does still look good because you're very close in proximity, and going wheel to wheel it just looks very good with these cars. Nicely timed transitions as well, not to lose a single bit of proximity there. Was an honor to qualify. Yeah, glad to have you. There was some nice runs, and I really like your livery as well. The crazy Rick and Morty one. That is a really nice one. Okay, let's see the scorecard and the last driver to get into the top 4 is... It's Armands Vestmanis who gets into the top 4 unanimously. So this is going to be the final stage of our competition. We've got top 4. We've got Seamward going up against Chase Cronin, and Benas Jonet is going up against Armands Vestmanis, but we're gonna go on a small, tiny break. I'm gonna go quickly outside with my dog. Be right back. Grab yourselves a glass of a refreshing drink and hold it in there for the final stage of competition. That's gonna be the most exciting one. Okay, I am back. Let's hope that the production and the drivers are ready to continue. Next up, we've got only 2 battles in this stage of the competition. In the top 4, we've got a battle between Seamward and Chase Cronin, our number 1 and number 5 qualifiers, And we've got a battle between Benas Jonutis and Armands Vestmanis, our 31st and 6th qualifier respectively. So a big gap in qualifying points between our second top 4 battle is going to be interesting to watch. And the first one, well, we've got 2 very high qualifiers going up against each other. That is also going to be very interesting to watch. I can't wait. We're fast on the other side of the world, indeed. People have the setups figured out, and the tracks as well. I mean, this track only came out this week. No, last week, I mean. So everybody had equal time to adapt. This layout, I don't think, was a thing in a setup before this competition even. Steel sharpens steel, and now you know what it takes to compete with us. Yeah, let's see you qualify in the next one as well. You know, when the first one is done, then you know the secret sauce now. You know what to do, what to qualify. So I'm gonna expect you qualify in the next one as well. It's almost like this year's layout in Latvia Drift. I see, yeah. Touch and go is swapped to inside clip. If I understand correctly, we've been having an overall trend of these tracks here mimic exactly the ones that we have in our Latvian street league, except Ragana, of course, which is not a part of the official Drift Latvia competition season. Unfortunately, though. Okay, let's get going with the last stage of the competition. We see Seamwort already lined up on the starting line, and there is also Chase in the chase position with his nice looking E46. They're off they go for their first run in the top 4. Let's see how they do. Seam initiates nice and wide. Chase initiates right on the doors as well, on a perfect line, does not lose any ground in a transition between outside zone 3. Nice job in outside zone 4. Both drivers are on the very edge of the track. The proximity is just insane. There is no space between them as I speak. A little bit of a gap develops, but that's only because of transition, because Chase immediately gets right back in the pocket, wheel to wheel. Very good from him in the chase. Just puts some big heat up Seam's door. Seam definitely knows that he is going to have to chase. Very good. Nice. Yeah, I guess if your name is Chase, then you're focusing on those chase drives, you know. You have to kind of represent your name. You have to defend having a name like that. Nice job from Seam anyways in the lead position. You can see that he is on the outside line basically all the way throughout the track. So you can't have a good lead without a good chase. You can't have a good chase without a good lead. That's exactly what enables Chase to stay on the doors of Seam all the way throughout the track. What a lovely run. We're seeing some final quality runs already in the top 4. And now they're swapped around. Chase is going to be in the lead. Seam is going to be in the chase. Let's see how they do when they're swapped around. Nice wide initiation. A bit further away is Seam in the chase at the beginning at least. Now catching back up a little bit of a shallower angle, but manages to get in the pocket and get the proximity going. Looks like he is chasing the rear wheel, and looks like Chase is a little bit faster in the lead than Seam was. But going through outside zone 7, fills it about like 80-90%, similar to 8, gets a little bit deeper in it. Seam though, nicely timed transitions, but not exactly taking the doors home. Oh, I spoke too soon. Of course, he gets right in the doors on the finish. Yeah, I did like the initiation, but it did look like Chase was running away. He was quite faster at the beginning there. So Seam did have some troubles finding a way to the pocket. Very interesting. Very interesting. Chat, who wins this one? I'm not gonna call anything. I'm not gonna predict anything. How do you think? Who takes this? Now, of course, don't even wait for me to ask that. I'm kind of expecting everybody to be throwing around their predictions all the time. It's very interesting to know how do you think who won the battle as well. So don't hesitate to just say your opinion without me even asking for it. Jetta thinks Chase is gonna win. Let's watch the replay again while the judges deliberate. Let's watch again this nice lead run from Seam and a nice chase run from Chase. Yeah, we've got 2 votes for Chase in the chat already. So does he take down Seam Vort from his first, from his number 1 qualifying spot, first qualifying spot? Does he destroy his perfect event? We had people chanting USA as well. Yeah, this is a big decision. Who gets to the final and who goes to the battle for top 3, and the scorecard is up. And it's Chase Cronin who takes the win with 2 votes and moves up into the final. So Seam Vort unfortunately does not get the perfect event. He moves down to the battle for 3rd place. Congrats to Chase. We've got our first finalist, Chase Cronin from the US, already decided. Now we're gonna have our second battle of top 4. We're gonna decide who he goes up against. We're gonna see Armands Westman is in the lead going up against Benas Jonotis in the chase for their first run. We've got some Benas supporters in the chat as well. His team's official channel in here. Glad to see that we've got drivers who already have developed some fan bases. Yeah, that's his redemption arc. From the 31st qualifying position, he is now in the top 4. Very likely getting into the final, but he is going up against Armands Westman, who is a very mighty competitor. He's very strong. So let's see. Armand starts in the lead, Benas starts in the chase. Off they go, the light goes green. They're running up to the starting line side by side, initiating so as well. Very wide from Armands here. Benas though, pretty close in proximity. In outside zone 3, door to door already. Armands going on the very wide outside line, goes 1 wheel off the track, now going through outside zone 5 already. Benas still on the doors, nicely timed transition, not to lose any ground, taking a bit of an inside line to keep the proximity going. Armands still showing no struggles in his lead run, just plants the throttle and does the necessary adjustment with the left foot brake. Not as wide maybe in the outside zones at the very end as we've used to be seeing, but still a very solid, very confident run. Nice from Benas as well. Very good proximity, good angle and line mimicking. Look at the proximity here. He was even wider on the angle at some points even. Very nice run. Yeah, Armands missing out on some of the zones, not completely filling them at like 60 to 70%. You monsters before this run. You know, if you drink too many monsters, your hands are going to be shaky. Maybe that's not the best thing either. Okay, let's see them swapped around. Our last top 4 battle, if they don't go OMT. Benas in the lead, Armands in the chase. Side-to-side initiation, Armands immediately finding the door. Benes does not make any mistakes on the initiation into outside zone 3. Armands is on the door, just glued to Benes' door here as they go through outside zone 5, sharpening up in the angle to hit the inside clip, transitioning for outside zone 7. Armands smoothly cruises up to Benes' doors. Nice run from both drivers, going exactly the same speed. Transition timing perfect for Armands on the last transition. Benes not dropping a wheel in the last sweeper. Nice, very well done. Very well done from both the drivers. Now it's all up to the judges to decide who gets the win in this. I mean, that was way too close. Very good chases and very good leads from both the drivers. I did see that Armands did drop a wheel in outside zone 10, so that is one point of deduction that I can point out, but other than that, I have no idea. Waste money. No. That's Westman, I guess, not waste money. I don't think Latvian surnames work like that. And it's going to be Armands Vestmanis to win this unanimously, so Benes unfortunately does not get the win, does not move into the final, but still moving into the battle for the third place. He still has a chance for podium. It's going to be a very, very tough battle for the third place though, because he has to go up against our top 1 qualifier, Seam Ward, who up until his previous battle was on a tear, going on a perfect run. Yeah, people being a little bit confused in the chat. Asking for the judges. I don't know if we're gonna get them explaining. Maybe, maybe not. I see a driver already lined up for our third place battle. FD judges? I don't know. I don't think so. Because Benes pushed him off before outside zone 4. Yeah, that's possible. That's also something that you would hardly see from our angle. Okay, we've got Seam in the lead and Benes in the chase for our third place battle decider, for our third place decider battle, I mean. Off they go, light is green. Side by side running up to the starting line already. Side by side initiation as well. Very careful from Benes in the chase. Nice from Seam in the lead though. Very aggressive, staying on the outside line, but Benes finds the pocket again immediately. He's fresh off the practice with the battle with Armands, so it's all fresh in his head. He knows the grip. He stays in the pocket. Very good job from Seam in the lead. Does a perfect lead run, staying right on the edge of the track. Benes though stays on the door unshaken, perfectly transitioning for the last big sweeper. Does have to shallow up a little bit to catch up, but manages to go with exactly the perfect angle when he catches up. So Arman says his IC2 was unchaseable, at least from his perspective. Yeah, it's a lot of things that we're missing from these camera angles, but it is what it is. You definitely are not gonna see everything, and it's way more viewable from these camera angles. If we would be showing the third person perspective all the way throughout the competition, that might not be the best viewing angle for the spectators, you know. But okay, let's swap them around for the third place battle. Benes in the lead, this time Seam in the chase. Side by side initiation. Nice from Seam, immediately in the pocket right after initiation. Transition for outside zone 3, still not shaking, stays in the pocket, although a little bit more, further to the back. I think we've seen that approach already from him. I guess it's working. Going through the inside clip. A perfectly timed transition to get right in the pocket there. Benes not completely filling all of the zones. though, but filling most of them completely. Now for the last transition already, Seam getting in the pocket, going through outside zone 10, crossing the finish line. Benas filling the last outside zone like 50%. Yep, he was not fully filling all of the zones there, as we've seen. Yep, here as well, filled it like 80%. Let's see about this zone. Yep, that one was completely filled. No question about that. This one as well. Transitioning over for here. Yep, that one was like 50% fill only, but this one much better this time around. This zone is hard to see from our perspective. Let's see outside zone 10. Yeah, that was also good. And this one, he looked like he shallowed up a little bit on angle, but great job from Seam in the chase. And we see some donuts. They're celebrating that for them. The race is definitely over. Doesn't mean who wins and who loses. Great job from both of the guys getting this far in the competition. Seam with the first place qualifier. Congratulations with that as well. Great job with a 94-point run. And he gets the third place as well. So congrats with getting the podium. Unfortunate for Benas for qualifying 31st and going so far to get to the third place battle, but unfortunately not getting himself on the podium. Still a very, very crazy run from him, but now we're going to continue with the final. It's going to be Chase Cronin starting in the lead, going up against Armands Vesmanis in the chase. United States versus Latvia, Team Kaiju versus Team RTRiga. As they initiate in the first outside zone, Armands immediately on the door. Chase taking a nice wide angle approach, completely filling outside zone 1 as they go for outside zone 4 already. Armands still sticking it on the doors, going through outside zone 5. Nice wide line angle approach from Chase there, going through the inside clip, transitioning for outside zone 7. Very nice from Chase there, sticking it right on the edge of the track, but Armands, of course, does Armands things absolutely unshaken, stays in the doors, perfectly times the transition, reels back that proximity in before the finish line. Across the finish line they go. Very well done. Awesome. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see here in the finals. Some nice clean battles, some very close tandems. They're also our 5th and 6th qualifiers, so they qualified pretty close to each other. Lead no angle almost, where? Which part was that? Or did I miss something? You mean the inside clip probably, because that's where it usually looks like there's no angle. Okay, let's swap them back around. Let's see, Armands in the lead and Chase in the chase. We've already seen a lot of good chase runs from him today. So let's go for possibly our last run of this race. Armands initiating nice and wide, Chase initiating right on the side, wheel to door, transitioning over to outside zone 3, wide angle approach from Armands, but missing a bit of outside zone 3. They're going side by side through outside zone 4. It looks like they've been glued together, even almost going through the inside clip now. Very close bumper to bumper transition. Chase does not want to leave any ground on the table, going through the big sweeper outside zone 7, 8 and 9. Very decent job from Armands in the lead. Wide angle, but Chase is right there on the doors, leaves a gap for the transition, but gets right back in the pocket for the last sweeper and across the finish line. Nice. Very well done from Chase in the lead there. It was hard for me to focus on Armands' lead run because of how good the chase was, but yeah, you could see that he did a very massive angle flick there for outside zone 3. He did only fill it like halfway through, so that is one thing that I would nitpick from all this. But the rest of the zones, he does very well on filling them, but Chase just steals the show with the proximity in his chase run in this final. So awesome. I really cannot decide who is going to win this one. Chat, how do you think, who takes this home? Nevertheless, great job from both the drivers, qualifying high, getting to the finals. It's been a long 2 days of competition. USA, baby! Let's see if USA can bring it home. I don't think we've had a USA driver on the podium yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong. But I don't think we've had a first place winner from the US yet. So that might be a first. OMT, yep, I would not mind seeing an OMT as well. America owns drifting now. Poland has entered the chat. They have a ton of drivers. If you ever see how many drivers are participating in DCGP and how many Polish drivers there are, it's an absolute insanity. And Finland as well, they have so many insanely good drivers. I mean, it just looks like sim drifting is just growing and growing all over the world. And the scorecard is in. And do we have a winner of race 3 of DKRTR Street 2026? And we do have a winner. It's Chase Cronin, who unanimously takes the win in this race. Congratulations. The first place victory goes to the United States driver. Congratulations to Armans with the second place. Unfortunately not a victory, but still a very good showing, getting a 6th place qualifier and 2nd place overall. That is a very nice show. So that is our race today. Chase Cronin from US takes the 1st place. Armans Vestmanis from Latvia takes the 2nd place, and Siim Vord from Estonia takes the 3rd place. So that is our top 3, and let's not forget about Benas Jonutis, who takes the 4th place all the way from the 31st qualifying spot. The rest of the drivers who actually got on the podium qualified 5th, 6th and 1st respectively, so they already were pretty ready that they are going to go far. But Benas showed us the story of the underdog comeback can be real. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the drivers for participating. It was great to see that we did have more drivers in this race than the previous one. If you yourself want to get into this competition, we still have, if I remember correctly, 2 more races left. One's going to be in a month and the other a month after that. If you want to get into the race action yourself, go to RTRiga.com. All the information is going to be there. That's where you can find a link to join the Discord server, get yourself the role for the competition, download the tracks and the cars, and get some practice in, get used to the cars and dial the setup in already before the next race, because our tracks are coming out only like a week before the race. So yeah, that's our race today. Once again, thanks for all the spectators and the drivers and all the supporters and sponsors of this race. We would not be here without you. With you, it's been Ed here today, all day. And congrats again to everybody who participated. Congrats to the winners. And that's going to be us. See you on the track. Peace.